Alrighty. Well, so far so good, I guess. I can't really do an apples to apples. I think the only way for me to do like a perfect comparison is for me to switch over to...
Great to have you as a couch captain for 3 months. Don Razor.
Dan, what's up, man? Dude, thanks for 3 months, Dan. What's up, AK? Yeah, I'm on pretty late because I was not only finishing up that Vision Jet video real quick and then was waiting for the new processor, and now I got it installed and everything. Tested it, ran it through a couple Cinebench tests real quick. So as far as Cinebench goes, it's the score increase in the multi-thread test was 135% faster than the 7800X3D. The single core test was about 25% faster than my 7800X3D. And I went with the 9950 instead of the 9900 because of streaming. Streaming and video stuff, multitasking stuff, all the crap I run for the stream. No, it's the 9950 X3D is the new processor. So I'm on the 7900 XTX. So I got both AMD. I mean, I was on an AMD processor anyway. What's up, Cam? What's up, Mock Turtleneck? How's it going, dude? What's up, Slevin, JT, Dan, Mac, Dorian? Yeah, I took the time to finish a video real quick, and then so Vision Jet Part 5's out just with the Sim Update 1 stuff. The biggest thing on the Vision Jet that I didn't even talk about since the update, because I don't know if it was in the betas, if you fly the Vision Jet and you're on approach, you can leave auto throttle on until the last minute and just get your gear set, and it will reduce the speed. Get flaps 1, it'll reduce the speed again. Get flaps 2, it'll reduce the speed again automatically. It's really cool. Try with the A350. Well, I want to do... Actually, what I should do real quick before I do this flight, I was just going to do a quick... I mean, it's smoother than normal for sure. I was going to jump over... Let me hop in the Phoenix at a little airport in the middle of nowhere, because that's what I did when I tested the Phoenix the last time, to compare it to the...
Great to have you as a
350.
captain for 2 months. Drang the thing.
Drang, what's up,
2 month
dude?
feels like 2 years.
Thanks for 2 months, dude. I mean, 2 years in a good way. Like, we've done so much together. Okay, let me get the Airbus. I'm just going to put the Phoenix. And I haven't touched my settings since they were yesterday. So it's the same settings. I want to load into... I want to turn off all the online things and load into a little tiny airport.
Minimum.
Just in the middle of nowhere, all alone.
We just ran out of fuel. We just ran out of fuel. We just ran out of fuel.
All right, there's a ramp here. Drang, thanks for the gifted sub, dude.
Drang just recruited a new couch captain.
Thanks a lot, Drang. All right, preset, off, and off. Everything is off. Clear sky is preset. And load in the Phoenix. The last time I did this, I had a 70-something frames, 77 frames, I think, just sitting on the ground in the Phoenix.
Great to have you as a couch captain for 3 months. And the rookie.
Rookie.
3rd anniversary.
Thanks for 3
on
months,
Twitch.
dude. Thanks for the
Here's to
cheer.
3 more.
Heck yeah, Rookie. Thanks so much, dude. No frame gen, no DLSS. I use TAA, no frame gen. I think the last time I did a test similar to this at a slightly different airport, sitting here on the ground, I was getting 70-something FPS in the Phoenix. Yep, and it's pushing 80, 82, 83. This is all I did, was just sit here with the Phoenix off, outside and then inside. Oh, inside is down to 72, 73. Dan, thanks for the cheers, dude. Thanks for the bits. Terrain level of details 100, object level of details 100. I mean, I haven't changed my settings since the last stream, so I want to Yeah, this is, I have to see which airport I loaded into when I did the test last time, because then I could have it exactly the same. I'm not sure. Let's see if I can figure out what airport I was loaded in. Oh, I should have wrote down what airport it was. It looks like in the Phoenix. Oh, it was in the A321. I was at 76.2 and I was at some airport in the middle of nowhere. I'm like looking out at a desert. Let me go in the 321 just so it's a fair comparison. A350 toilet flush? Probably not. I'm going to need a couple more of these. So free flight A321. The Phoenix. I just don't know exactly which airport it was. It was in the middle of nowhere in like the western or like mountain time zone over here somewhere. It was really small, desert-like area, and I had some parking spots. It wasn't Monument Valley. God, I'll probably know the name if I see it. It was like kind of in the middle of nowhere. Anyway, I went there and just loaded in at a ramp. It wasn't Area 51. I forget to type. I should have typed the name of what it was. All right, the Phoenix app is loading. Let me change the time of day back to daytime. Clear skies. Whoa. Freezing a little bit.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name
oh,
is
that's oh yeah, hold on. I didn't have Beyond ATC open. I didn't have Volanta open. I didn't have Simbit World open. Let me close those. Yeah, it's probably really dependent on the airport. I don't know how many settings I changed since then. Still mostly main thread limited though, as expected. 737's hard to land. It's harder to land than an Airbus, I think, yeah. Yeah, it gives you warnings, doesn't tell you the problem. Usually, I don't know why this is, but you have to look over at the little warning lights on the right side in front of the first officer instead of in front of the captain. I don't know why, but it only has like 6 possibilities, and it tells you what area of the plane to look in, like to look in the overhead at like, it'll just say like fuel, electric, you know, something like that. What's up, Bird? So far so good. I mean, I'll take a flight with it. I don't know, maybe I should do the A350. I was just going to do a Ryanair flight. Just see how it holds up, and I uncapped it right now. I just have VSync on with the 100% monitor refresh rate, so the monitor is just set to 120. All right, I mean, it seems about the same. I feel like, I think in the A321 I had up to 76 frames, but it probably matters which airport I was near because of the trees and everything around it. I was like in the middle of the desert, so man, it took me forever to get the cooler seated back on top of it with a cryo sheet. That thing, it's so slippery, and just setting it on top, I don't know. It seems fine though. The CPU is only running at 65 degrees right now. GPU at 68 degrees. And it pretty much hasn't dropped below 60 at all yet, but we'll see. I'll get a Pilot's Life going. I'll get Volanta and Beyond ATC going and multiplayer on. I'll just do a Ryanair flight in Europe. Does streaming affect the performance? It will, because not just the stream, yeah, all the other stuff I'm running too. So like the bot software, the TTS software, the Tangia overlays, you know, and then of course like this stuff you guys all use too, which is like Beyond ATC, Volanta, Pilot's Life. I have Discord running still. I have the streaming software running, which mostly uses the GPU, but it uses some of the CPU. But in general, I wanted more cores this time than I had before. Does my game ever freeze? I mean, yeah. Especially when I was using, I mean, not so much a freeze, more than like a, you know, it has frozen before for like a few seconds. Kind of like it used to do in Flight Sim 2020 all the time. All right, I'm just going to fly the Max because that's what I've been flying. I definitely want to be in an airliner so we can kind of test it. And let's get a pilot's life going here. I mean, I did the benchmarks, the benchmark tests, and I also haven't fully like tweaked it yet. I put it on one of the PBO presets, like level 3. Maybe I can do level 4 or 5 and get even more out of it. I have not turned on the X3D turbo mode. I know I can turn that on, but it seems like hit or miss. I'll probably test it with it on and off and see what the difference is. But it is off right now, the turbo mode for the X3D in the BIOS. All right, so let me check on pilot's life. We got somewhere in Europe. I think I'm in Italy or something. Yeah, we're in Alghero, Italy. I don't know. LIEA. All right, I'm just going to go to parking spot 21. Multiplayer on. Live weather. Real time's probably fine. It's about to be sunrise, I think. Ramp 21 in the max. How's career doing? I haven't really done much. I did one yesterday, I think. Just one mission, but that's about it. I did it in the CJ4. All my stuff is on my site, Flyboy. If you just type specs, exclamation specs, or
Ladies
PC.
and gentlemen, my name is Vera, and I'm your chief.
But is it gigabyte, what,
The
650?
fasten seatbelt sign is on.
650
So if you
Elite,
haven't
Aura
already
650
done so,
Elite, I think.
Please stow your carry-on luggage underneath the seat in front of you or in an overhead bin. Please take your seat and fasten your seatbelt.
All right, we're going down. Look,
Also, make
50,
sure your
60,
seat back and
59.
Folding trays are in their full upright position. If you are seated next to an
Even with a
emergency
brand new
exit, please
CPU,
carefully read the special instructions
pretty much the
card
best you
located
can
by your
get.
seat.
Still limited by main thread at
If you
60
do not wish to
FPS.
perform the functions described in the event of an
Now, if I can get
emergency,
over
please
60
ask a flight
60
attendant to
FPS like
reseat
pretty
you.
constantly, that's going to
We
be pretty
remind you that
incredible.
this is a non-smoking
Oh, to really
flight.
test it, I should change to Ultra.
Smoking is prohibited on the entire aircraft, including the lavatories.
Maybe I should, I don't know, maybe I should leave it. Oh, it is on Ultra. Yeah, it is on Ultra. And let me turn off unlimited fuel. Okay, that's
If you have any
off.
questions about our flight today, please don't hesitate to ask one of our flight attendants. Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome. Auto FPS? Yes. Oh, no. Oh, you're right. I think I had auto FPS on. I should probably turn that off. Yeah, I think I had it on the test. That would definitely affect it. All right, well, it's on 100 right now. Everything else is still on the settings I usually use. Yeah, maybe when I was on the ground. Well, auto FPS was, I don't know if it was doing anything because I was on the ground. And it was at like 80 FPS, 70 FPS, something like that. Okay, Volanta. Let me get that going. Plan a flight. And just move that Volanta tracker a little bit. You only have 1080p. Are there advantages to increase sim render scaling? I mean, that's called like super sampling. It's almost like if you take a higher quality image and scale it down, it's going to be a bit sharper. So you could do that if you wanted to. Okay, and then we're going to, let me do this. Let me do the sim brief dispatch here. Over to Chrome, Ryanair 754 to LIPE in the MAX 8. All right, let's hop in. And sim brief. How did I use sim brief in this before? I don't think I did, right? I think I did it manually. Because I don't have the sim brief EFB app. All right, let me set the route with the bot. There's the route. Okay, and we're in real time right now because the sun's going to be coming up soon. Okay, let me get Beyond ATC running.
Beyond ATC connected.
Scenery is really good. What, for this airport? I don't know if I have this airport or not. Looks default, right? Those buildings. Yeah, I think this looks like a default. All right, we're Ryanair 96 Tango Foxtrot. Alrighty, we'll take it. You're looking to get one of the flight sims? Yeah. Both versions are worth it, but I mean, 2020 will eventually die out. 2024 is the new version. I don't think anybody should get 2020 if they're a first-time simmer. I would just go for 24. All right, let's go to tower and let's get this plane started up. All right, battery, emergency lights, and ground power. We'll get yaw damper. Nav light on. Window heat on. Oh yeah, I got this landing rate calculator. Where is it? Is this it? What is that? FCR, pushback. What is this? I don't know. Maybe that's the landing rate calculator. I have no idea. Ooh. All right, let's get this on the tiniest bit. Let's get the hydraulic pumps on. Up here, let's get nav. Okay, align. GSX. Every now and then. Most of the time I keep it off. Oh. Oh my god, our eyeballs. Holy crap. Oh, those aren't the lights? Uh-oh, what did I just do? Oh my god, my eyes, dude. Oh. Power bill's gonna go up. Heating. It's running at 65 degrees. Blinded by the light. Yes. Okay. Think we are kind of set over there. I'm going to do the planning in the EFB and then we will just transfer it over. So departure airport is LIEA, runway 2. Runway 2 is selected. Arrival LIPE, runway 30. Okay. Alternate, who cares? Departure procedure, the Mink 6X. Mink. 6X direct, I guess. Arrival is the Loam 3W Lomed. Loam 3W Lomed. And then the approach runway 30. What do we got? There's an ILS for 30. We'll pick that. Now we'll click charts. We got all the charts pre-pinned. All right, and let's go over to the plane and set the mass and balance based on what it gave me in SimBrief. So over here on SimBrief, we got estimated zero fuel weight is 136.9. I wish we could just put the zero fuel weight in the plane instead of having to pick passengers and stuff. But right now, zero fuel weight's 125, and it wants us to take 173 passengers. We can only take 168. So if we load 168, zero fuel weight's 125. So we need 11,000 pounds additional. So bring this up to about 20,000 pounds. Okay, now the zero fuel weight is 136.5. It should be 136.9. $137.3. That's a little too much. All right, we'll go a little lighter. And then on the fuel side, it said block fuel 12.6 thousand pounds. So it's 6,300 on each side, 12.7. Good enough. Is it worth the price? I don't know. Probably. I don't know. If you're just gaming, the 9900 X3D is supposed to be better. Money-wise, like 9950 is if you want the extra cores. I don't know. I have to go back and relook at the Gamer Nexus stuff. But for me, I was on the 7800 X3D. Graphics cranked. I do not have the graphics cranked, but cranking the graphics is not going to use less CPU. It is flickering every now and then green here, which is the GPU being limited, but yeah, I could probably crank some things higher. I usually just let auto FPS take care of it. But I mean, it's limited by the CPU right now, so. The FPS, I could crank the graphics settings until it's flickering more toward the GPU to maximize both, but I don't know, as long as it looks good, it's fine with me. 7900. Yeah, that's more cores, right? Is that 12 cores? I had the 7800 X3D, which is only 8 cores. All right, let's go down here and do position init. Last position is already set, and then we can put an LIEA. Oh yeah, it's not act. Oh, it is active. There we go. Okay, route. I'm just gonna go here. Route. Send to avionics. Execute and double check. LIEA to LIPE. Runway 2. Yeah, flight plan request doesn't do anything. Maybe they'll add that later. That would be nice. Double tab zero fuel weight reserves according to SimBrief. Let's take a look. Oh, yeah, I'm going to use the runway analysis part here too. FinRes is 1.9. It's pretty much always 2, it looks like. So we'll just put in 2.0. Cost index on SimBrief is 21. Cruise altitude 36,000. Performance init request. Yeah, that's not active either. Okay. All right, cool. Now let's go N1 limit. And I'm going to go ahead and use what it says over in SimBrief runway analysis. So over here under runway analysis, this takeoff data. Derated takeoff 2, bleeds on, temp 46, flaps 5. So we're going to do derated 2, temp 46 for derated takeoff. Flaps 5, we'll autofill the CG, 5.75 on the trim, set that. Yeah, right around there. I didn't have to swap motherboards, nope. And I already had a new PSU for the graphics card and stuff. Well, I got the new PSU expecting to get the 5090 at some point, but all right, then V speeds. I'm gonna go with the speeds that I'm getting on SimBrief, which is 45, 47, 54. 45, 47, 54, and we'll try those. All right, cool. I guess page 2 we can put in the wind. Whoops. Shouldn't have done that. 45, 47, 54. Can I just type 47? No. It requires the 1 each time. Alright, legs. We'll look for some discos. There's one. There's another. Alright, let's get our IFR clearance.
Ryanair 96 Tango Foxtrot, IFR to Borgo Panigale Airport.
Ryanair 96 Tango Foxtrot, Algero Tower, expect runway 02, Minka 6 X-ray departure with the Minka transition. Squawk 1000.
It always gives me 1000 on this
Minka 6
plane.
X-ray departure with the Minka transition.
I wonder if it's because they know the bug, so if they detect you're in the Max 8, the Asobo one, they just give you 1000, so you can just set one number.
Ryanair 96 Tango Foxtrot, read back correct. Call me back when ready for pushback or engine start.
Alright, let's get the APU on.
Ryanair 96 Tango Foxtrot.
Alright, let's check the SID. We got the Mink 6 X-ray. Are we going south? Oh, we're going east over here. 1,000 or 10,000 or higher. We'll just leave it at 10,000. Alright, APU should be starting up. I do have Ultra turned on, so this is more of a test than usual. I usually turn high on for the traffic. Or I mean for air traffic, so you guys don't load in full quality, but I have that off now. We'll see how it goes. I'm also not using my laptop to stream. I'm using my PC to do the streaming. I've been using the laptop for a while, but now with the new CPU, I'll see how it does without the laptop. You'd have to Google it. I think there's a thing in parts of Europe where they give everyone 1,000 what? It's funny, that sound just randomly stopped. I got a new toy, yeah. Oh, the 1,000 squawk. Oh, really? Everyone 1,000? That's so weird. Is that what that is? Alright, let's request startup only since we're on a ramp.
Ryanair 96 Tango Foxtrot at ramp 21. Request startup.
Alright, APU gen, APU bleed.
Ryanair 96 Tango Foxtrot, startup approved. Call when ready for taxi.
Alright, start approved. Engine 1 to ground. APU
Roger,
bleed is
startup
on.
approved.
Ground
Ryanair
power
96 Tango
is
Foxtrot.
off. And we're dropping it down to like 47, 48 FPS. I don't know what I would normally be on. I mean, the Cinebench results said that multi-core performance test compared to the test I did myself, and I looked at my notes from back when I did the test with my 7800 X3D. It is 135% faster, so what, 2.35x the speed in multi-core test. And in the single-core test, it is a 25% increase over my last processor. All right, motoring is gone. The engine's dying. Wait, did I take everything off? Oh, God. I didn't take everything off. I just hopped right in because I thought I was flying the Phoenix. That's why. I loaded into the Phoenix originally. You don't have to do any of this in the Phoenix. Sorry, engines. That's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. All right, let's try that again. Hopefully nothing broke. So, I mean, the idea behind raising the graphics setting is just like, if you're limited by the main thread, then you know your graphics settings can go higher, right? You're not going to expect to get any more FPS because the main thread on the CPU is still going to be limiting you. But you know that the graphics card has bandwidth to be used more. So you could raise it until you see it flicker more, until your GPU limited, then dial it back a little bit. And then you know you're kind of at your maximum settings. So I guess I could go in and like say turn up. I mean, don't a lot of these use the CPU as well, though? So, like, if I turn on all of these to Ultra, for example, clouds are on Ultra. See, I turn the shadow maps higher and the terrain shadows higher. I'll max all of those out. Contact shadows. All this. Everything that can go to Ultra. Like, some of this is going to affect the CPU as well, though, right? So...
All aircraft be advised information Bravo now current, QNH 1026.
All right, 1026. All right, I have that set already. And I should... Oh, I missed the engine again. Oh, my God. Wait. Oh, now it says motoring. What the heck? It said 0, didn't it? Anyway, I'm finally getting it started. I mean, Rex, everybody's going to be CPU bound, right? Like, it doesn't matter if you crank your graphic stuff. The CPU is still going to hold you. If the CPU is holding me back now, it's still going to hold me back. But maybe I can have some graphic settings a little higher. But every time it flickers green right here, or it changes, like the text changes for a split second, that's GPU. It should be switching from main thread to GPU limited. But if the GPU is the one that's limiting me after that, then it's going to be lower than what frames I'm getting now, right? So, but now it's flickering quite a bit. I just upped a bunch of the settings, so. Is 2024 worth it? Yes. Unless you plan on playing for like a month and get the cheaper one, or get it on Game Pass. The thing is, if you're not going to play the sim long term, then it's hard to say what's worth it. If you're going to play it for like a week and then give up or get bored of it or something, then it's hard to say. Like, you would have wanted to spend less money. But if you're kind of really committed to it, then it's better to long term get the new sim, because it's the new one. The old one will eventually die and be ended. So, yeah, I wouldn't waste my time with the previous gen game. I mean, the only difference between the two, to me, is which planes are available. In terms of like why you would use 2020. The only reason you would use 2020 at this point is because the plane you want to fly is not yet supported in 2024. Hasn't been updated by the developer. And that could take a while, mattering the plane, but there's already so many, and like the graphics are a good, I don't know, 20, 30% better. I don't know, whatever arbitrary number you want to pick. The graphics are noticeably better. The whole new lighting model, new clouds, biomes, trees, animals, crops, and like there's not just like 2 types of trees in the entire world. There's like seasons, and the whole career mode, which does have bugs in it, but it's still pretty awesome despite its bugs and limitations and, you know, limited content right now. It's only going to get better. I just, I don't see the point in starting in 2020. I have literally not played 2020 since 2024 came out. There's, especially if you're new, there's so much to learn already that you're not going to be limited by the content. You're not going to be limited by the number of planes available. You're not at the point where you're like, oh my God, I really need the PMGG 737, you know, NG, or I can't play the sim. Like, you know, if you're not at that point from playing 2020, then yeah, you're not going to be held back by 2024, and then eventually 2024 is all that anybody's going to be using anyway. So yeah, I would recommend just getting 24. And you can always play it on Game Pass if you have Game Pass, or get 1 month of Game Pass. See if you like it. All right, engine bleeds on, ISO valve auto, PAX auto, recirc fans on, probe heat on. Okay, starters to continuous, and we'll get our taxi light on. Let her tell them we're ready for taxi.
Ryanair 96 Tango Foxtrot, ready to go.
So our cruise altitude.
Ryanair 96 Tango
Cruise
Foxtrot.
altitude 36,000.
You are nowhere near 02. Why in the world are you
Oh, they
asking
told me to
such
taxi
important
already?
threats?
Roger that. Ryanair 96 Tango Foxtrot.
I just like embarrassing the co-pilot. Yeah, request. Oh, departure was set to the first. What? I don't know why these got reversed. Taxi should be first before departure. That's strange.
Ryanair
You
96
always ask for
Tango
taxi
Foxtrot.
first?
Request taxi to the active.
Just a bug.
Ryanair 96 Tango Foxtrot, runway 02 taxi via Kilo Golf Foxtrot Delta.
Kilo Golf Fox Delta.
Runway 02 taxi via Kilo Golf Foxtrot Delta. Ryanair 96 Tango Foxtrot.
All right, flaps 5, auto brakes, RTO, fuel flow reset. We'll go flight director 1 and 2, auto throttle, VNav, LNav. What was our V? What was our V2 speed down here? $154. And then we're supposed to take off runway 2. Wrong airport. Runway 2 magnetic heading is 021. Alright. I think we're good. Alright, I'm just going to use the Beyond ATC taxi map. Taxi lights should be on. Yeah, this is standard in 24. What's up, Southern? Yeah, this is the Sobo Max 8. In my opinion, it's like good enough. We don't have the PMDG or iFly. Those would be a little step up, of course, but
Ladies and gentlemen, we now request your full
yeah, it's the
attention
max.
as the flight attendants demonstrate the
They made some bug
safety
fixes to it. There's obviously still some bugs, and it's not like a study level type plane, but it's, I don't know, I think it's good.
Insert the metal fitting
It's very
into the
pretty.
leather and tighten by pulling on the loose end of the strap. To release your seatbelt, lift the upper portion of the buckle. We suggest that you keep your seatbelt fastened throughout the flight, as we may experience turbulence. There are several emergency exits on this aircraft. Please take a few moments now to locate your nearest exit. In some cases, your nearest exit may be behind you.
All right, I didn't get the APU off yet, so let's do
Your
that.
level lighting will guide you towards the exit.
APU off and
Doors
APU
can be
bleed
opened
off.
by moving the handle in the direction of the arrow. Each door is equipped with an inflatable slide which may also be detached and used as a life raft. Oxygen and the air pressure are
Yeah, I have ray
always
tracing
monitored.
shadows on, yep.
In the unlikely event of a decompression, an oxygen mask will automatically appear in front of you. To start the flow of oxygen, pull the mask towards you. Place it firmly over your nose and mouth.
And we're dropping down to 38 FPS.
And breathe normally. Although the
I do have
valve is
ultra
not
air
controlled,
traffic on though,
oxygen
so
is flowing to the mask. If you are traveling with a child or someone who requires assistance, secure your mask on first, and then assist the other person. Keep your mask on until a uniformed crew member advises you to remove it. In the event of an emergency, please assume the bracing position. If you hear, brace, 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 lean
Brace,
forward with your
brace.
hands on top of your head and your elbows against your thighs.
okay, we got 3 greens at the bottom. Is it 36 for the cruise?
A life vest is located in a pouch under your seat or between the armrests.
And we got auto throttle armed, LNav, VNav armed, flaps 5's indicated.
Remove the vest.
Pitch trim set already, 5.75. Auto brake set to RTO. Taxi lights
To inflate the
on.
vest, pull firmly on the red cord. Only
Seat
when
belt
using
sign.
the If you need to refill the vest, blow into the mouthpieces. Use the whistle and light to attract attention. Also, your seat bottom cushion can be used as a flotation device. Pull the cushion from the seat, slip your arms into the straps, and hug the cushion to your chest. You will find this and all the other safety information in the card located in the seat pocket in front of you. We strongly suggest you read it before takeoff. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask one of our crew members. We wish you all an enjoyable flight.
What's up, Mouse Cop? 330 you're using isn't a what? A livery? Whole model with cabin? Oh, you're in the 330? Yeah, I think there is a cabin in this plane, actually. I did not load the passenger avatars, though. You can if you want through the default ATC menu. All right, now we're ready for departure.
Ryanair 96 Tango Foxtrot ready to go, runway 02.
Ryanair 96 Tango Foxtrot, Algero Tower, wind 020 at 4, runway 02, cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff.
Runway
Landing
02,
lights, turn off
cleared for
lights,
takeoff.
continuous, continuous,
Ryanair 96 Tango
strobe,
Foxtrot.
TARA. Alright, 02, I think. Now let's get this up to 40%. Excellent. We can middle click on the throttle to get toga mode on. Is it always... Did I hide this earlier? Anyway. Master caution? For what? Shut up. Alright, 80 knots. V1 rotates. Gear up. $600 feet. My PAX off, or is this just the normal PAX bug? This is just the PAX bug. Alright, autopilot on.
Contact roam radar 131.1, Ryanair 96 Tango Foxtrot. Bye-bye.
Yeah, it says air conditioning. It's the bleed air up top
Roam radar,
again.
Ryanair 96 Tango Foxtrot. Good morning, 1,200
Alright.
feet.
We're at V2 plus 15, which is this little white bug, so we're still sitting at flaps 5.
Tango Foxtrot, roam radar identified. Climb to flight level 180.
Climb to flight level 180.
180. It's a derated takeoff, so we're derated 2. Alright, now we're trending towards 1 on the flaps, so now let's get flaps 1. Okay, trending towards up with the auto brake off, turn off lights and taxi light off, continuous off. Alright, flaps up. Let's uncenter this. And we're on the departure procedure still. Should be making a right turn up here and then another right towards Minka. Now let's check our constraints here. 35 above, above, above. None of them are purple. I guess they turn magenta if they're actually blocking us from climbing. But we're good on... We have 18,000 set. Still VNAV climbing. TARA is on. Yep, and then we're at 3,400 feet. What key switches to the cams? I have a trick to getting to them, but they're called the fixed cameras. You can set shortcuts to them in the normal control settings. It's just called like fixed camera 1 through 10 or whatever. You can get to them up in the camera menu up here. If you go to showcase and then click on fixed camera, these are all the GoPro cameras. I set a key for previous and next showcase camera or fixed camera, so that's how once I'm in one, I can just toggle through them. And then if I hit my drone button, it goes back into the cockpit, so I can go back to the last one I was on. All right, after takeoff, engine bleed on, packs, auto, landing gear up, flaps up. So if you have, like on keyboard, the default for your chase camera is backspace. So if you hit backspace, it goes to here, right? And then you hit backspace again, it goes back inside. The default for the drone camera is Shift X. So that goes out to your drone camera that you can fly around. But if you're in the drone camera view and then you hit backspace, it will switch to a fixed camera instead. So if you go drone camera, then chase camera, it attaches the drone camera to the plane in one of those fixed camera view. It's like turning the drone camera into a fixed camera position instead. So then when I'm in the cockpit here, I can hit drone and it goes to the fixed camera I was last on instead of the free floating drone camera. And these are super nice because you don't have to fly through the cabin like this weird crap we have to do. If developers would just create those drone cameras, or sorry, those fixed cameras right over the wings. PMDG does it really well actually, so does Fly-by-Wire. But Phoenix does not do it well, and Asoba does not do it well, and AnyBuilds does not do it well. Shocking. But the developers that do it well, it's very nice to have those cameras. You don't have to go back and sacrifice any of your custom cameras for that. We shouldn't really need custom cameras in general. The developers have instrument camera views they should be setting that are really useful, and the fixed camera views they should be setting that should be really useful. It's just they don't do their job when it comes to those most of the time. They don't seem to care about it or something. But then none of us would have to learn tricks to, you know, get out here over the wing and glitch through the walls and get these cameras set and all that kind of stuff. We would just use the fixed cameras that would be preset perfectly for us. So I always rant about the bad cameras and test them in planes because that's pretty much what we do in cruise is look around. So having good cameras makes it easier to look around. And a lot of planes don't have good cameras. But when we do have the good ones, I try to use them. They're not great in this, actually. Like, look at this weird angle. Like, why isn't it looking outward more? Like, why do I care to see any part of the plane? Like, the fuselage of the plane doesn't make any sense. This one's kind of whatever. Like, it's okay, but I'd rather look outside at the world. Like, you can look at the plane, but that's going to get old so fast. Like, we want to see the world more than we want to see the plane, I think. Yeah, like these aren't very good, so for this plane, so I end up using these cameras again. Well, we're running at 62 FPS. I don't have auto FPS right now, but if I did, you know, I think the last time I flew this plane, I did not get too many extra frames out of auto FPS. Oh, we'll see as we get higher. Stick and throttle. I have it all on my website, Flying Guy. Exclamation PC or gear or whatever. There's a lot of commands, but I have it all listed on the site. There's most of it it's just a link to Amazon. I set up the Amazon storefront thing so I can just pick all the products I actually bought and put them in one list with all the links to buy them if you want to. And you don't have to use those links if you don't want to. They're like commission links.
Climb to flight level 360.
But it's just an easy way for me to maintain the list of things instead of editing it, putting it on my own site. But the throttle and rudder pedal are not on the Amazon link. That's just the PC stuff. The throttle, rudders, and my stick are all Virpil. VIRPIL, like virtual pilot, VIR PIL. I actually just thought of that like yesterday, but I don't know if that's why it's called Virpil, but I was thinking virtual pilot. That's the first 3 letters for virtual and pilot, so I don't know. I could be wrong, but that kind of makes sense. Well, I mean, I'm kind of noticing having the... Oh, is the overlay off? Oh, it might be. Yeah, sorry. There, it should be on now. Oh, yeah. I turned it off the other day. Yeah, the other night after the end of the stream, I had turned it off because I don't know if it's... I don't know if it's that useful or not. I end up mostly reading the chat anyway, so I'm not sure. Like, do you guys read that to read what other people say on the other platforms? Is that why it's good? I don't know. My stream was so minimal before, and now it's getting to feel a little bit cluttered. It's actually legible too. Okay. Yeah, what else did I turn off? Oh, I turned off the emotes thing. Let me turn that back on. There, now we have stuff in every corner. Are you really a real streamer if all 4 corners aren't taken up by something? The answer is no. Still not busy enough, yeah. Did they tell me to climb? They probably did. Oh yeah, 360. Of course, this happens to me like every 3 times. I'm just sitting here. Should be climbing. I'm just in cruise at 18,000 feet. Damn, the lighting on Ultra looks so good, though. I mean, I'm like consistently near 60 FPS, so that's pretty sweet. I'm not upset about that. Now, let me get auto FPS on. And then I think I'll still cap it at 60 FPS and just let it be pinned to 60 FPS all the time. Simbrief stuck you at 18,000? You might have step climbs turned on, which means you have to tell ATC you want to step higher. It'll just show the first step climb as the Simbrief altitude, but if you look in the OFP, it'll have slashes in the flight levels to show you where you should finally get to. And apparently you have to tell ATC when you're ready for the next level, so I turn step climbs off in Simbrief.
Wilco. Cleared direct Rompo, resumo navigation. Ryanair 96 Tango Foxtrot.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go in here and send it back to 60 FPS capped. turn on auto FPS, and just, I don't know, call it a day. See how it goes over, you know, different flights, different days, see how it goes. Anamorphic animated head. I thought about doing a PNG tuber thing, and most people were like, we don't need a camera. We don't need a little anime dude in the corner pretending to be you. So, yeah, that makes my life easier, so. All right, TLOD is going up a little bit right now. We're at 150 and rising. I'm gonna be your favorite VTuber, yeah. Well, PNG tuber is another thing too, right? Where it's like the low quality ones, but I don't want to deal with it. I'd rather just, you know, wait until I retire and then use a camera. I can't risk this crazy enterprise I got going here with a face reveal yet. I got to make sure you guys really like me. All right, I just got it. I don't know. I could leave this on. I don't know if you guys care to, if you want me to leave it on or not. I changed it to cap at 55 with auto FPS and 60 with VSync. And now terrain level of details at 390 already. It's about to hit the max of 400. I don't know that there's a huge benefit of it being above 400. Vancouver? I mean, yeah, we did BC. Yeah, it's beautiful. I mean, we went from Alaska all the way through BC, Vancouver Island. It was great. Yeah, we just crossed over on the bush trip into, back into the States, so. How's our fuel doing? We got a little more on the right side. Once we get to cruise, maybe I'll see if I can remember to balance that. Damn, that thing goes bright. Pretty crazy. Wow. Is it stuttering? I hope not. I have it up on, I have the YouTube up on my tablet. Save the face reveal for crazy followers or never. Once you do it, you never go back. Not stuttering for me on Twitch, Sawyer. I got it up on my iPad and I was just on the YouTube and both of them look fine. When I move around? You're gonna hear me ordering something at a fast food establishment, recognize the voice. Man, we're just, I mean, I went to FS Expo, like, was it 2 or 3 years ago? 3 years ago, maybe? I'm not against, like going to an FS Expo or something again. I did it before. It's not really any different.
Marseille Control, expect again 1 Tango, runway 36.
Expect again 1 Tango.
Oh, I was like, are they talking to me? The what Tango now? I mean, it's doing what I expected to do. I got it, auto FPS has got me almost at 400 train level of detail, 58 FPS, objects at 20, clouds are on ultra. And I got the refresh rate capped at 60.
Center on 124.725, Ryanair 96 Tango Foxtrot. Have a good morning. Marseille Control, Ryanair 96 Tango Foxtrot. Good morning, flight level 303.
Ryanair 96 Tango Foxtrot, Marseille Control identified.
You saw my nameplate on the ground and now nothing? What happened? I just see Cooper. Maybe I'm just too far ahead because I'm in the Boeing 763. I'm still climbing though. This what was my cost index was like 21 or something. Look at that, top of climb, top of descent. Whoa, stutters. I see traffic to my right. Someone's above me 2,300 feet and someone's below me 2,000 feet. But I don't see anybody. I don't know. Ghosts. Yeah, the A350 will be like the real test. I mean, is that really a test or is it just like... I don't know. To be fair, I didn't have a WASM crash the last time I flew it, so that's good. I'm missing tags. I don't know. I haven't changed anything. CPU temp's looking good, 65 degrees, GPU's at 67, the thing is running super cool. And I have it on a PBO 80 preset. Sorry, I just changed something real quick on the audio. Alright, I'm going to turn off my performance overlay. I think I don't need to look at that anymore. The one that you guys can't see. I just want to make sure the temperatures were good and they look good.
Marseille Control, radar contact. Continue climb to flight level 370.
Continue climb to flight level 370. Ryanair 3 Sierra X-ray.
Ryanair 3 Sierra X-ray, Marseille Control. Expect Cobras 1 Bravo with the Cobras transition runway 14.
Expect Covas 1 Bravo with the Covas transition. Runway 14. Ryanair 3 Sierra X-ray.
I guess I'll probably turn my texture resolution up for the next restart. Whenever I do that. I've had it on medium for a long time, so I don't know. Might as well test it on high next time. All this stuff is maxed out. Shadow maps is supposed to be one of the most intense, or terrain shadows especially. I'll probably end up turning a bunch of this lower just because I don't really need it.
Ryanair 96 Tango Foxtrot, Rome radar identified.
Funny thing, the imagination, face and voice don't match up. Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's no matter what you think somebody looks like in your head, and even if they look, I feel like even if you knew exactly and pictured exactly what I look like in your head, and then picture that while you hear me talking, and then you saw me in person talking or whatever, or on a camera, you'd be like, what the heck? Even if you already knew, like, it'd just be weird seeing it for the first time. I mean, that goes for all of us. Like, I've heard Sawyer before. I've heard Bird before. I've heard Lith before. Yeah, it's always weird. I mean, I look exactly like my avatar, so there you go. And my face is a little less round. It's more like a human head shape.
Runway tree 5, 02014.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached our cruising altitude. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight. Have a great journey.
I sound like I play sports. Do the setting changes only take after restart? Only certain ones, like I think it's just texture resolution actually that requires a restart. I don't think there are any other settings that require a restart. Better than 7800 X3D? Yeah, for sure. I mean, I did the Cinebench testing. I have it capped at 60 FPS right now, but with the auto FPS set to a 55 target, I'm at 55 FPS or so, 335 terrain level of detail right now. And I bumped up pretty much every setting to ultra. I guess I should just do that. Just change the preset to ultra. And then go down and... Oh, look, even on ultra, the terrain shadows are on 1024. I had them set higher than that. I had them on 2048. And I don't know if there's a difference. I don't know that I'd ever... I don't know. I might as well try it at one point. Object level of detail, that'll be changed down to 10 or 20 or whatever by auto FPS. And then I always turn off motion blur and traffic airport quality. I guess I can leave the rest. Going pretty good, Paul. But yeah, the testing I did, I did testing before I started the stream with Cinebench revision 23 or whatever. And I had done the same testing when I got my 7800 X3D. The performance improvement on the multi-core test is like 135% increase. So 2.35x the speed of the 7800 X3D. And the single core test was a 25% increase, which is probably the one that's more important for the game itself. But with all the other crap that I'm running, it's nice to have the multi-core performance. Supposedly, if you're just doing the gaming, then what is it? The 9900 is a better value than the 9950. If you're not doing like productivity stuff or need a lot of multitasking stuff or streaming. The score I got, let's see. I took a note.
Ryanair 96 Tango Foxtrot.
I only did one test so far, so I set in the BIOS, I have like Expo on, of course, all that. I turned the PBO preset on my Gigabyte motherboard to the 80 level 3 preset, 80 level 3. That's the one I used to use on my 7800 X3D. I haven't tested the other PBO presets yet. And I also left the X3D turbo mode off. I might do some more tests with turbo mode on versus off, but that's with it off. The multi-score was 42,913. 42.9. My 7800X 3D on the same test got 18.2. So from 18.2 to about 43,000. 18 to 43. It's a 135% increase. And I already forgot the single core. I think it was like 2600 or something like that. No, not 26. Sorry, it was like 23, 22 or 2300. I'll have to go look it up again. But yeah, the multi is 42,913. But I need to like try it with turbo mode turned on. I don't know if I should turn on X3D. Old GPU. Well, it's just the Cinebench is just a CPU test. So it shouldn't, I don't think it should matter. I was just checking the temp. I think it was at 63 degrees. 63, 64, something like that. With air cooling only. I just have a Thermal Lake air cooler on it. And the PBO optimization is supposed to target 80 degrees, so it's running at like 63, 65. Oh yeah, yeah, the Cinebench thing is just like a CPU tester. I'm not sure about VATSIM on 24. I don't use it. Nameplates? Oh, it should be on. I only see Cooper. It might. I'm guessing somebody else knows if VATSIM's working or not. I refuse to use it. No, that's us. Go ahead, Ryanair 96 Tango Foxtrot.
Ryanair 96 Tango Foxtrot Rome radar.
Yes.
Ryanair 96 Tango Foxtrot, Lome 2 Romeo, runway 12. Verify ready for descent.
Oh, Lome 2. Lome 2. Can you say that arrival and runway again for Ryanair 96 Tango Foxtrot? Rome 2 something?
Ryanair 96 Tango Foxtrot, Lome 2 Romeo, runway 12. Verify ready for descent.
Wilco, Ryanair 96 Tango Foxtrot. We're probably almost ready for a descent. I haven't been looking.
96 Tango Foxtrot, Lome 2 Romeo, runway 12. Verify ready for descent.
I think we're already ready, huh? Ready for descent, Ryanair 96 Tango Fox.
Ryanair 96 Tango Foxtrot, descend to 2,500 feet, QNH 1031.
Descend to 2,500 feet. Ryanair 96 Tango Foxtrot.
Itaro 1460, Rome radar contact. Itaro 1460, contact Rome approach 130.9er.
Alright, 2,500.
Contact Rome approach 130.9er. Itaro 1460.
Oh, 20, what are we at, 36,000? It doesn't think I'm at the top of the... I didn't double check my VNAV cruise.
Center on 124.9er25.
That's why it's not working, is my cruise was wrong. I thought I set that in the init. Alright, so now we have VNAV path. Now I can hit that VNAV speed. Top of descent was still coming up. Drag required, we'll find out. I should put in the descent winds real quick. Let me go bring this up. Briefing preview, scroll down to the winds section, find the find the descent winds. So I'll do 310, 200 and 100. Oh, and there's 150 as well. Alright, it says drag required, which I actually think we need this time, so I'll put this to flight D10 because we're late on the descent. Alright, let me get these winds in. 310 is 291 at 014. 291 at 14. 200 is 266 at 10. 15,263 at 8. 10,000 is 277 at 10. Yeah, flight path angle right now is 6 degrees. 4,200 feet per minute. What's up, Toxic? Only flight? What time is it? It's almost 11. I might do another one. What's up, Steel Balls? You see everyone around us? You were next to me? Yeah, I don't know. I still only see Cooper. Are you guys on live time? Did they break the live time thing again? I'm on real time and live weather. If I turn it back a minute, am I going to see all you guys? I thought they made it so everybody always sees everyone else. I don't know. Nothing seems to be changing. BATC sucks. What's better? Which AI ATC is better? Oh, I'm below the... Wait, we're below the profile. Why didn't just catch up to the profile? Alright, let's go to vertical speed and pull it up a bit. Bird ATC, that's true. You're right. VATSIM's not AI ATC. VATSIM's got creepy people running it who ask people for their real-world identification, passports, and licenses. That's enough to never use VATSIM.
Center on 124.925,
Weirdos.
Ryanair 96 Tango Foxtrot.
It's also not AI ATC, though.
Radar, Ryanair 96 Tango Foxtrot. Good morning, descending via Loam 2
Does it?
Romeo,
Yeah, I mean, there was literally a
239er.
thread yesterday on Reddit about it. There's threads all the time about how they ask people for their real-world identification to prove that they're using their real name on their make-believe air traffic control video game network, and it's insane that people still use it. Yeah, just go Google it. Yeah, I use Beyond ATC. I don't support VATSIM because they're creepy and they have no right to knowing anybody's real identity and requesting their passport and other real documents to prove their identity. It's creepy as hell. Nobody should use VATSIM while they're essentially asking for like most sensitive documents to be sent to them. It's crazy. Still haven't set up Beyond ATC? Oh, do it. It's not that hard. You just need to install FSLTL to get the model matching going, and you probably already use SimBrief, right? XRD is a beast. It's pretty nice.
Do it! Just do it!
Do it! Zero advantages to using VATSIM except for the level of traffic. Well, the level of traffic is going to be almost zero unless you happen to be going into very, very major airports that everybody flies into every single day, or a VATSIM event. Yeah, that doesn't matter that you haven't had to show any documents. That's like saying, well, this issue in the real world has never affected me, so it must not be a problem. Nobody's ever held me at, knife point, so, robbery is fine because no one's ever done it to me. It's the same logic. Insert any bad thing that's ever happened to anyone here. Well, hasn't happened to me, so doesn't matter to me. You know, like... You don't care until it happens to you? You can just Google it. Go look on Reddit. There's literally a thread yesterday about it. Somebody just wanted their name to be changed because they went by a different name now. And they're like, your name must match whatever's on your ID and you must send our ID right now, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's just the same old thing every single time. Okay, standard altimeter, 1016. Let me get the ATIS over here. (1031). All right, 1031. And a nit ref, I'll just put in the 30. Winds are variable at 4 knots, so... Okay, we don't even really need anything else. 145.6 gross weight on approach. We check our prog. Fuel quantity predicted is 8.4, and our current gross weight's 145. So it's at 153.4 for the landing. Oh no, that's not our that's our gross weight, not our zero fuel weight.
Ryanair 96 Tango Foxtrot, contact Bologna, approach 118.15.
Zero fuel 146.5. Oh yeah, it's just adding it. 144.9.
Ryanair 96 Tango
8.4 fuel sensed, but then if I go over here, it says at the destination we'll have 8.4 predicted. That must be broken.
Flight level 142 with information Foxtrot.
Forget the name change deal? What do you mean forget the name change deal? It's just another example of why people shouldn't use VATSIM. I don't know what that has to do with talking about the new CPU. You build on VATSIM more because the controls like to hop on as you're on final, change everything. Oh yeah, it's irrelevant. What do you mean it's irrelevant? It's the person's name. They want to use their name. What? It's just a name? Alright, Jonathan. I'm going to call you Jonathan from now on. Actually, I'm just going to call you a different name every time that you're in the chat. It's irrelevant. You have a 7950X 3D and it's only 20% loaded in Flight Sim? 20% loaded. I mean, Flight Sim is very single core heavy still, I think. So pretty much everybody's limited by their main thread in Flight Sim, yeah, by their CPU. Say Intention suffers from the same thing that VATSIM suffers from, which is creepy behavior. They got caught posting under different accounts, promoting their own product on Reddit as if they were customers. They made a self-congratulatory post when the fly-by-wire team released the A380 saying, "Congrats to the fly-by-wire team. By the way, our software works with it," as like a shameless marketing effort disguised as a fake congratulatory post. They ban people from their network and their Discord and from their product for criticizing it. There are a lot of reasons. There's the whole birthday cake or the 1-year anniversary cake thing. They posted a video saying they got a cake from Beyond ATC, their competitor, and showed it. And Beyond ATC said, "We didn't send you a cake." And then they locked the comments in the YouTube thread. There's a lot of very strange stuff with them too. So, yeah. I personally will not support people that do very weird things or cringy things. So, yeah, I don't use VATSIM. I don't use Say Intentions. If Beyond ATC started doing really weird stuff, I wouldn't use it them either. Just very strange behavior. 3080? Oh, no. I had a 4080 for a while. Now I have the 7900 XTX. Because Flight Sim 24 has a big VRAM leak problem with NVIDIA cards especially. And it was just ruining my streams. And yeah, I did have a 3080 though, that's right. Yeah, I had a 3080 for a bit, then the 4080. And then I just recently, like a month ago, switched to the AMD. Never gets old, Rock. Hey, people gotta know, man. They asked, you know. Tell them what I think.
Ryanair 96 Tango Foxtrot, turn left, heading 280.
Turn left, heading 280. Ryanair
280.
96 Tango Foxtrot.
All right, we set up for the ILS, so I'll go ahead and put that in. We can just go down here to get the info under a NITREF 10975. 10975. The final approach course is 293. Whoa. It's okay, everybody. They told me to go down to 2,500 feet.
Cabin crew, please take your seats for landing.
Where are they having us going? Hey, we need to go the other... Oh, they changed our approach, right? Runway 12. I don't like this altitude they gave us. Ooh, that was lucky.
Turn right, heading 340.
Holy crap! Oh no!
Terrain too low. Terrain too low. Terrain too low. Terrain too low. Terrain.
Now we're fine. Chill. Where is it? Over here? Terrain inhibit.
I'm in danger.
Oh no, we're good. We're good. I'm just following the instructions of ATC. We're fine, guys. They did change me to runway 12, so I put in all the wrong information. And I was on the wrong arrival as well. I didn't change any of that.
Well, you know, that's just like your opinion, man.
It was the Lomer 2 Romeo. All right, let's get the other localizer in, or the other. Yeah, this is fine. 1089, 1089, 113. All right, 1189, auto brakes. We'll just do, let's do auto brakes. 3. All right, localizer is shown there. MCP speed, probably lower it down to 200 or so. I got the ultra preset going in 1440p. So yeah, so far the CPU, it does feel like a little bit of a boost in the game. Like, yeah, I think like 10 to 20% is fair. The Cinebench test for single core was a plus 25% gain from my 7800X3D to the 9950. Great stuff beyond ATC. I mean, literally every AI software has a problem with vectoring and altitudes. It's like, it's nothing new. It's kind of been a while, and I also was going at 4,000 feet per minute, which isn't exactly standard, so. 325. I'm also on the experimental version, though the main version definitely had some bugs. I mean, there are definitely bugs. They introduced an LLM recently, so you can kind of ask it whatever you want. But like practically, you would ask it things like, you know, the weather, the altimeter, the, you know, how busy the airport is, whatever. 360.
Turn right, heading 360. Ryanair 96 Tango Foxtrot.
That sounded cool. Yeah, it would be cool and great if they just weren't so weird. If they didn't demand real-world documents from people just to prove what their name is, as if that stuff can't be faked, as if people can't use a fake name. I had multiple fake names I used on their network, and then once I heard they were actually asking people for ID and stuff, I was just out. I just quit.
My wife is very scared, which is
ridiculous.
Good for me to get good sexy time tonight. Nice.
Wow.
080, intercept the 12 localizer.
All right, 080 localizer.
Turn right, heading 080, intercept the 12 localizer, Ryanair 96 Tango Foxtrot.
That's a bug. Stick shaker activation is so crazy high in this thing.
Foxtrot, 3 miles from 10 Boa. Turn right, heading 095. Maintain 2,500 feet until established on the final approach course. Cleared ILS Yankee runway 12.
09 or 5.
Turn right, heading 095, 2,500 feet until established. Cleared ILS Yankee runway 12, Ryanair 96 Tango Foxtrot.
What? Why was... It intercepted the localizer going outbound. That was super weird. Let's try it again. See you, rookie. Have a good night. All right, now I got Loke back on. Yeah, ILS 12. ID card's a little too much for virtual ATC. Jonathan, exactly, John. That's exactly what I'm saying, dude. Dude, where is it taking me? What is happening right now? Why does it keep doing this? Didn't this happen to me once before? Here's the ILS. IBLN. It's the ILS for runway 12. I just put in the... What's going on here? ILS Zulu runway 12. 118.9 IBLN. IBLN. Final approach course 113. 113. 113. And then I hit Loke, and it's turning me around 180 degrees. The heck is going on with this thing? I just turned it back to heading hold. And right here the same, 1089. Down here I put in 1089. Oh, what the heck? Oh, there's an error. Wait, how does it have the right identifier then? Oh my god. 1089. Error?
Ryanair 96 Tango
What
Foxtrot. Bologna Tower.
What the heck?
96 Tango Foxtrot.
1089.
ILS Yankee runway 12.
Oh, was it on VOR?
Bologna Tower, line 2104, runway 12 cleared to land.
Okay, now we got the
Runway
approach.
12
Ugh.
cleared to land. Ryanair 96 Tango Foxtrot.
Alright, there you go. Vorloke, alt hold, glide slope. VOR's capturing, glide slope's capturing. Alright, 170 knots. We're on flaps 5 at the flaps 5 bug. VREF 140, so we'll do 145. Winds are... Where's my winds arrow? Alright, we're 10 miles out. Winds are calm, it looks like. Whoops. Alright, go around is... Climb 4,000. Put in 4,000. Sync the heading bug straight ahead. There we go. Good God, Fliggity. Holy crap, that's a lot. Jeez, dude. Thanks for the mega raid, Fliggity. I'm just taking... I'll probably take one more flight after this. I'm in the Boeing 737 MAX, the Asobo one in Flight Sim 24. Just doing a couple test runs here later than normal. I'm usually getting off around this point, but I'll probably do another... Now I have to do another one. Because I'm just testing the new processor I installed. We're outnumbered 3-1. Yeah, this is a late showing. Appreciate that, Fliggity. How you doing, man? What do we do, bird? So I do have the FPS capped at 55 with auto FPS. Ultra preset 1440p. Terrain level of detail can go all the way up to 500, but right now, or 600, right now it's only at 100 though. All right, let's go gear. We're about 2.5 miles out. Flaps 5. I need to bring the speed down to 145. Alright, winds are calm, so...
Approaching minimums. 50, 40, 30, 20.
Oh. What? Why was the speed going up? What the heck? Did you hear it rev up when I pulled it to idle? The heck? Alright, reversers. Reversers green. That was a little weird. I swear it started revving up as I got it to idle. It started going... It started spooling up. Alright, reversers are off.
Tango Foxtrot, exit right next available taxiway.
No, I had auto throttle. Oh, auto throttle didn't turn on.
Tango Foxtrot.
Oh my god, I hit my shortcut. And then I also, I don't think it was actually armed. I don't know, maybe it was. That was weird. So weird, in this plane, the auto throttle disconnect shortcut does not work, but auto throttle engage turns the auto throttle on or off like a toggle. It's just a little messed up.
Please check around your seat for any personal belongings you may have brought on board with you, and please use caution when opening the overhead bins, as heavy articles may...
Alright, let's get the flaps up.
If you require
Get the APU started.
please remain in your seat until all other passengers have deplaned.
Oh, I didn't even turn my runoff. I have my lights on. Good pilot over here.
On behalf of myself, Vera, and the entire crew, I'd like to thank you for joining us on this trip, and we are looking forward
Alright, one more flight,
to again.
and then
Have a nice day.
hopefully a better landing than that. We're just gonna fly from here. We just got continuous flights on a pilot's life. Yeah, that's one of the bugs that keeps getting me is the auto throttle. I keep forgetting I need to hit auto throttle engage, and then it acts like a toggle, which is kind of weird. Obviously, it's a bug. All right, I need to get the engines off for a pilot's light to detect it. Yeah, I only see Cooper. Oh, I see Speeve now. It's completely silent plane. All right, have a good night, Dorian. Speeve's in the 787. Well, now that I have Ultra turned back on for the traffic, I'll be seeing you guys in your actual planes instead of generics. We'll see how long that lasts. Especially if I fly in the A350 again, I'm gonna need that performance back probably. You did your first VATSIM. You do not agree with the name thing? Exactly. That's enough to not use it because of morals and privacy concerns. As I don't care how good the product is, I'm not using it if they're asking people for real world identification. That's across the line. Very weird behavior. I mean, I'm sure 90% of the people give them fake names anyway, so I don't know what exactly they think it's doing. It's just very odd behavior for humans running a role-playing ATC service for a game, you know? Kind of weird. Oh, there he is. What is with the half mile or like three-quarter mile visibility in this? Uh-oh. Does Flight Sim have a marketplace? It does now. It's slowly getting more and more things added to it. It just recently got released, so. A220. The only A220 that exists is very, very bad. So I would... Technically, there is an A220, but I would not purchase it. It's a pretty model, but the avionics are very bad. I remember buying it on a marketplace day where I go and... maybe I'll start that again now that the marketplace is out, once it starts getting a good cadence of products coming out. But I used to buy something every week and try it, and that was one of the planes I tried when it came out, and oh man, it was bad. I of course never flew it again. Heads down in Sim Connect. Are you working on the persistent plane thing still, Bird? Dude, that could be so awesome. I'm pretty stoked. I want to beta test it. Oh, you flew the 220 a couple weeks ago, Ja? Avionics are still broke. Yeah, it was a pretty model. I thought the plane model looked fine. But man, on the outside, the inside was another story. The marketplace, yeah, we'll have rentals. I think a lot of us are looking forward to being able to install stuff to our drives locally and not stream everything. I really like the idea of just installing all the planes I use on a regular basis and have everything that I don't use regularly streamed in. So just so if somebody's flying a different plane, I can see them if I own it. Or obviously all the world updates, like every single world update. Who wants to install all that? Like a terabyte of world updates? No thanks. I think having that stuff streaming is awesome. Wait, so I only see Speeve and Cooper still, but there's more than just the two of you here. Maybe I'll load out and back in and see if I can see the rest of you guys. All right, I'm gonna go from there. Try to speed run this next flight before bed. All right, let me check my rating in Pilot's Life. Taxi in. Huh? Oh, I didn't shut the engine down. Oh no, I have to load back in. Whoops. Actually, if I just load in at parking, I think it'll just realize that my engines are off and just instantly end the flight. Yep, it just did that. There, I'll back out now. And it's processing it. Better rating system. Yeah, it seems like, well, they just added a couple different things to vote on now. So what, there's 4 things you rate the plane on now instead of just 1. Oh, the sim just crashed. Rip. There goes the sim. All right. Let's see how fast the sim starts, I guess. Yeah, let me check my logbook, see what I got. I got an 89. My last flight, I got 100. This one, I got an 89. I failed a lot of things, yeah. Too fast on initial approach, or on final approach. Too fast under 10,000 feet. Landing lights were off. Max speed, fail again. Landing at 1.78 Gs. It was that bad. Ooh. I went from 100 to that. Yeah, whatever. I wasn't even trying, okay? Extra large airport, LA, Denver, Chicago. I guess I could totally stress test it and do like the A350, which is pretty much the worst performing plane in the sim. Yeah, between 2 large airports that I have scenery for. Yeah, I'm down to do that. We can do that with Beyond ATC on. And just see how it goes. See how horrible it is. All right, Mouse Cop, have a good one, dude. Give my 12-hour stream another view. Yeah. You mean this one? I am definitely going to be going to bed after this flight, but it'll probably take an hour and a half or 2 hours. You're trying to make a reliable method of intercepting throttle inputs, overriding the engine output for reduced power. Dude, what? That sounds so advanced already. What if your first version was just like literally the state saving for switches and levers between flights? So when you get back in the plane, the switches, the levers, the trims are all in the previous state. I feel like that's like step one before you get into any damage and wear and tear and all that crap. Maybe Microsoft will open that stuff up later. I mean, they probably won't, honestly, right? Because they want their career mode to be competitive and unique. And if they don't, if they offer all that stuff, then all the other third-party ones will be able to implement the same damage. I don't know. Career, more multiplayer. I know, me too. That's my number one wish for career mode. Besides more content, that's the obvious one, right? We want more planes, more missions, but not seeing any other players or being able just to do the same missions alongside other people, just all picking the same mission like we can do in, you know, Pilot's Life and, you know, other career mode apps. Yeah, not being able to see other people is super lonely. It feels like X-Plane or something. All right, no cabin. I'll get the Delta livery. I guess I'll do LA to somewhere. Let me bring up the random route finder. Let me double check what I have set up in my library for LAX. You did give a fake name? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, see, but those of us who... The reason I stopped really was because when V1 had it happen to him, he streams and he was using VATSIM and he's like, yeah, I had an old account as well or something, he said. And he's like, they asked me for my ID and I'm like, no. So he stopped using it. And I was like, wait, that's when I found out about it. I was like, holy crap, that's stupid. I can't believe they're asking for ID. I use fake names anyway. I use them everywhere. Like everybody really should. If they don't have to give their name for like a legal reason, they shouldn't. Okay, so I am streaming this in. Wait, it just says scenery. Oh, the any scene one is not available. Is this any builds? Because theirs are really poorly performing anyway, so that's probably for the best. LAX to... let's see. Anyway, yeah, I didn't get banned or anything, but if I did use it and they banned me and they said, give us your ID, and I made a new account, they would just tune into my stream and find me again. So, it's annoying. I could just use it off stream and use a voice changer or something. But it's just not worth it. I'd rather just use AI ATC and they can just be creepers and I don't have to deal with them. I'm not sure where to go. Let's see. Just go anywhere from LAX. I'll just pick something for like the, 321 Neo maybe. Less than 3 hours and find a real world flight out of LAX. So we could do like Phoenix. Maybe that's not far enough. We could do Vegas. Yeah, Vegas is pretty intense. I think Vegas is good just because of the scenery, right? I mean, it's not a far flight, but not a very long flight. But it'll definitely stress it out. Where's the gate large? Gate small. Gate small. Gate heavy. Daytime. And I do have all players turned on. Custom. Live weather. And then we'll just pick daytime. And that should be fun. Alright, I'm going gate 155 and the Los Angeles Delta livery. The LA 28. Yeah, you don't have to worry about someone being on, yeah. Yeah, I just, if a company does things that I think are weird, and I think most people think are weird, I don't support them anymore. I just can't do it morally. It's too weird. Like, Beyond ATC is just chill. They're just cool people. They stick to the roadmap. They're not doing cringy marketing stuff. They're not asking people for photo ID, you know, they're just normal people that seem to love what they do. They seem very low ego, which seems to be a rare thing amongst like the flight sim developer community. So I respect that, and that's why I keep giving them my business. Ooh. We're getting the stutters already. I mean, this plane is like the worst performing plane you can fly, so... The worst I've seen in a long time. I think IVAO asked for your real name too, I'm pretty sure. Also weird. Alright, so this is the Sobo LAX scenery. Let me go and get SimBrief going. Alright, we'll be Delta 323 LAX to Las Vegas. In the A350-900. Generate flight. Alright, we're only going to 27,000 feet. Alright, there's the simple route that I got. I got Beyond ATC going.
Beyond ATC connected.
Does real world traffic kill performance? Yes. Whether you run it, essentially, the more planes there are, the worse your performance is going to be. So having multiplayer on, having ultra air traffic turned on, which means every plane that people are in, it's going to try to load the highest quality of that plane it can. So for example, Speed is 787. This is a big problem with the sim right now, or it was a big problem with Flight Sim 2020 as well. But with multiplayer model matching, it's not just about the plane looking right or not. It's about the fidelity of the model that it loads. So this is the 787. Ooh, is this a generic? I don't know why we need to see the seats in this plane. But this... Oh my god, why is all of this loaded? See what I mean? Like, all of this is rendered in. This is a lower quality than I was expecting, honestly. But look at this. Like... I mean, seriously? There's stickers on this plane. Like, look at all of this that's rendered in a multiplayer plane. It's insane. It's rendering all of these in, right? Like, this is why multiplayer, especially if you have ultra traffic on, is such a performance killer. And then, so here's Artie right here in the A321. I'm not flying this plane, right? But I do own... the Phoenix A321. I don't know if this is the default or the Phoenix. Maybe it's the default. Again, the whole cabin is loaded. I see the exit signs. And luckily though, in here, look, this is kind of gutted, which is good. But I mean, there's a lot of things in there I'll never see that are loaded in. So there's a lot, and that's every plane. So mattering who's loaded in, that is the main problem with multiplayer. And then if you're loading in like AI controlled traffic, whether it's the built-in ones from Flight Sim 24, 20, the live traffic, you know, they call it, which is AI controlled traffic based on real world routes. Or you're using Beyond ATC with medium to high settings and, you know, they have their own traffic injector. All of those kill your FPS. Multiplayer kills your FPS even more because it's not doing, at least if you have it on Ultra, it's not doing the generic models. So if I wanted to improve my FPS with multiplayer, I could go into the graphic settings, find the setting that's called air traffic, and turn that lower than ultra. And that would replace these with some more generic ones, generic models. So usually when I'm flying a plane, usually when I'm flying an airliner, I will go in and turn that down. It is definitely one of the biggest taxing things. So I would go in here under air traffic and turn air traffic to high. I don't know if it'll do it on the fly, but it should. Yeah, look, it looks like maybe it's reloading the 787. It should load in generic models that are more performant, more FPS friendly. Jules flying the same plane as me, so that probably doesn't count. I'd probably leave that in. Anyway, ground traffic setting. It just has parked planes and like workers walking around and ground crew and trucks and tugs and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I mean, this is still wrecking. It's still wrecking my my performance. I probably would need to go out and back in. If I hit restart, let's see if it replaces the models. Exposing your insides? Yeah, sorry, man. But yeah, Microsoft, like, they had the opportunity to revisit it in 24 and they clearly didn't, or I don't know, maybe they did and it's just not working yet or something, or it's going to take more time, but they should, every plane should have a super basic, only exterior, like, it should only look good in the exterior view. There should be basically nothing inside of it, unless you're in the plane yourself. Yours is borderline unplayable here. Yeah, I'm just restarting to turn the air traffic from ultra down to high, because then it should load in the generic models through either the Microsoft generic 3D models for the planes or FSLTL. It usually does a combination. Man, it's just sitting here. But yeah, I mean, the easiest way to get better performance is essentially have fewer planes around you. Whether they're injected traffic through Beyond ATC, multiplayer, injected traffic through the live traffic options, like the AI controlled traffic for Microsoft Flight Sim. That one's kind of one of the worst offenders because there's no options for traffic density. As far as I know, your CPU is used to control all the planes, so we're all pretty much CPU limited. So the more planes there are, especially AI controlled planes or Beyond ATC controlled planes or whatever it is, the more CPU resources it's going to take. And yeah, my frames are getting pretty wrecked right here. Right now my frames are 17. I do have it on pretty much ultra everything though. So yeah, and this is in the 350, which is one of the worst performing planes that we can use right now. But yeah, let's get it airborne and see how much better it gets. It takes literally like half a second for the EFB to open. Okay, LAX to McCarran. The sim brief gave us 2-4 left with the Orca 5 via Maizen. So we'll change this to Maizen. Even the cursor, like just pointing at these buttons, lags. You can see the lag. Okay, the arrival procedures, the Rounders 3, runway 26 right. Rounders 3, Maizen again. And runway 23 right. Sorry, 26 right. Okay, and then the procedure 26 right, there's probably an ILS approach. I'll just pick ILS 26 right, Yankee, Bourbon. I think that matches right up with the Rounders. Look how laggy that is. Okay, that said, let's go ahead and get our clearance. Uh-oh, is it crashing? Oh, frequency does not exist. Clearance frequency 1230. It's because I don't have the plane on yet. It's not going to work until I get it up. All right, let's go up top and get it started here. I need legacy control mode. How do you differentiate between normal and the VRAM leaking issue? I mean, you could bring up the debugger. I think this is just, this is just the 350 multiplayer Beyond ATC and custom scenery. I mean, it's the Asobo scenery, but it is like add-on, whatever, bespoke airport scenery that they made. The VRAM bug specifically on NVIDIA cards, when I saw it, I could really easily notice it because my frames would go from like 50 to 10 in cruise. And it usually happens when I'm zooming the camera in and out and changing camera positions in certain planes. Especially like the CJ4 and the longitude happened a lot in those planes. I need to go in here and turn it back to legacy mode. All right, let's get this thing. I'll try to speed run this. So let's get GPUs on. All right, battery 1, 2, 3, 4. All the fuel pumps on. Nav. Cruise supply on. Emergency exit lights. We'll get all the passenger lights to auto. Strobe is on auto by default. And that should be good up there. Let's go down here. Get rid of these. Turn the integral lights off. That'll save a half a frame. Turn this screen off. Okay. Flight ops. Sim brief import. Okay. Delta 323. Ground. We're going to go load sheet. Sim brief import. Okay. Updated. Set 0 fuel weight. Okay, it looks like it. Our gross weight's 52.9. Oh, that's fuel on board. Gross weight says nothing. Let's set it again. I think that won't happen until I set it myself. All right, set fuel. And we have 304 passengers. So let's go down here. Yeah, this is a stress test for sure. Init, plan request. When I say we have 304 passengers. Oh my god, yeah, everything is so laggy. What were they thinking using a computer when they tested the game to decide this is the ultra settings? The ultra settings are living up to their name. Look at the frames I got. They're doing a great job. It's definitely ultra. It's definitely crappy. All right, fuel and load, 304 passengers. And then let's go up here, click and hit enter. Click, control, enter. Click, control, enter. Okay, let's do our takeoff performance over here. Sync sim brief. Sync the weather. 24 left. Compute. Send to FMS. 62 flex temp, 30.4, flaps 1, and 140. So let's go over here to performance, make sure that's in there. Clear these messages. 140 for the rotates, 62 flex, 30.4, flaps 1. Looks good. Clear, clear, clear. IRS is still aligning. Let's call for our clearance. Over on Beyond ATC. Okay, frequency should be 12035. Frequency does not exist. What? I'm gonna restart Beyond ATC. Yeah, I think the vast majority of performance problems comes from them not putting a limit on number of like objects, polygons, whatever you want to call it, in things. Like this scenery is probably pretty basic because Asobo made it. Like there are probably no interiors or anything like that. They need to manually review any new scenery that's being put in the marketplace and squash it in terms of complexity so it performs at a certain rate. The same goes for the plane traffic. Like all the seats being rendered in this thing that I'm not even ever going to look in, or this, like every single one of those is chipping away at our performance. Looks pretty, you just can't move. Yeah. That's fine. All right, we're still aligning IRS. Beyond ATC is loading back up. Let me get the APU on. As soon as we take off, I think our frames are going to get a lot better, but yeah, I mean, we're stress testing it on purpose, so. If I turn multiplayer traffic and Beyond ATC off, I'd probably like triple my frame rate right now. Let's Let's see. My frames right now are 21. LAX Ultra. It's just like frozen. It doesn't know what to do. I even have the traffic on 111. Maybe I'll put the park density. It's kind of good to have it all on one.
Beyond ATC.
Come on, you can do it. Ultra has as many letters as you have frames. Yeah. Well, it's just not loading. I don't know what's going on. 22 FPS. What do you have right now, Jewel? Alright. Third time's a charm. Just seems to really not like LAX. Maybe it's the Asobo scenery is just borked. Oh, there now. It's loading Las Vegas. Okay. 28. $35. Starting beyond ATC. Yeah, I have pretty much everything on Ultra except for air traffic. All the lighting. I just picked the Ultra preset. Alright, I'm at 26 right now. Request IFR clearance.
Delta 323 Heavy, ready for airways to Mick Karen.
Airways, Mick Karen. MC Karen.
Delta 323 Heavy, Los Angeles clearance, cleared to Mick Karen. Orca 5 departure, miss in transition, then is filed. Climb via SID. Departure frequency 125.2. Squawk 6016.
Cleared to Mick Karen.
Alright, surveillance 6016.
Mice in transition, then as filed. Climb via SID. Departure frequency 125.2. Squawk 6016. Delta 323 Heavy.
Alright, climb via SID on the Orca.
Read back correct. Contact ground
12, Orca 5, Maizen transition to Las Vegas. Maizen's over here, 15,000.
Pushback or engine start. Delta 323 Heavy.
Alaska 1332. Request IFR clearance to Los Cabos.
Alright, 15,000 constraints on, comma, auto QNH.
Alaska 1332. Los Angeles clearance, cleared to Los Cabos. Panda 2 departure with the OTE transition, then as filed.
OTE.
Climb via SID. Departure frequency 125.2. Squawk tree 1 tree tree.
Ooh.
Cleared to Los Cabos. Panda 2 departure with the OTE transition, then is filed.
Oh man, I wish I could use the mouse wheel.
Departure frequency 125.2. Squawk tree 1 tree tree.
Alright, we'll just get the SID for now. So we can get out of here, the Orca 5.
Alaska 1332. Read back correct. Contact ground 121.75 when ready for pushback or engine start.
Ground 121.75 when ready.
Alright, I think we're about ready for pushback. What's up, Astra? How you doing? Oh, we need to switch over to ground. It's not auto switching still. 24 left. 121.65. Los Angeles, Delta 323 Heavy, ready for push and start.
Delta 323 Heavy, Los Angeles ground, pushback and engine start approved. Face south.
Pushback approved. Face south. Delta 323 Heavy.
Alright, face south. Tail right. Parking brake. Off. Back, please. Do we have a tug? Oh, there it is. There it is. Yeah, this is still painful. I mean, if I turn it to like high-end preset, it's gonna be a lot better. It is time to aviate. There's a United livery that says aviate on it? Really? Amazing. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not happy with in Ultra at LAX with multiplayer and beyond ATC. 18 FPS. Let me turn the terrain level of detail down to 50. There we go. So it's got me at 22 FPS now. 23. The ones without names are beyond ATC injected. $350, yeah, we're just stressing it. I did the first one with the Asobo Max. We're just giving it like the worst case scenario. Ultra preset, multiplayer, beyond ATC, LAX to Vegas, and the A350. The only thing that could make it worse is 4K. 4K multi-monitor. That would make it worse.
Runway 24 left taxi via Alpha Alpha. Echo Romeo, Alaska 1332.
All right, avail. Ignition off. Spoilers armed. Flaps 1. Auto brake. Trim is set, 30.3. APU bleeds off. And we're ready for taxiing. Let her talk to them.
Delta 323 heavy.
Takeoff config. Cabin needs to be called.
Heavy, runway 24 left taxi via Charlie 10, Charlie Kilo, Echo Romeo.
Alright, cabin ready.
Runway 24 left taxi via Charlie 10, Charlie Kilo Echo Romeo, Delta 323 heavy.
Alright, parking brake is off, taxi light is on. I'll grab the Beyond ATC map. Follow that for our taxi. Alrighty. Alright, I'm not doing a pilot's life, so I can do a fast taxi. Alright, I'm going to 24 left. Good thing the bot hit its quota limit on YouTube or Tom would get timed out. There wasn't a bark. What are you doing? Are you crazy? Trying to get in trouble with the bot? Shame. Luckily the bot hit the quota tonight. Very weird for the quota to get hit on a... What is it? Today Tuesday? Is it Tuesday or Wednesday? I don't even know what day of the week it is. Is it Tuesday? The heck is today? Oh, it is Wednesday. Holy crap. Wait, tomorrow's Thursday already? Jeez. Yes, 10 minutes until technically Thursday. No, it's not technically the next day until you have to start working. So, not until tomorrow morning. Is it Thursday? Wow, look at those beautiful ground textures. What the heck? Ugh.
Delta 323 Heavy, contact Los Angeles Tower 133.9er, take care.
Contact Tower 133.9er, Delta 323 Heavy.
You have 8 FPS? I'm at 28.
Wind variable. Fly heading 270. Runway 24 left. Cleared for takeoff.
Fly heading 270. Runway 24
What are we doing here? Tower. Alright, we're on the tower frequency already. Alright, request departure.
Delta 323
Oh,
Heavy,
GSX?
ready to
Yeah,
go,
I don't have
runway
GSX
24
running.
left.
Delta 323 Heavy, number 2 for departure. Hold short of 24 left.
Number 2 for departure behind the
Affirm,
Alaska.
hold short of 24 left, Delta 323 Heavy.
Behind the KLM. A330 keeps dying. Is it WASM problems on the 330 as well? I flew the 320, the AnyBuild's default 320, and was having problems. I had a WASM crash on the 320. I was like, I can't believe this is a problem in an older plane even.
Left. Line up and wait.
Line up and wait. Runway 24 left, Delta 323
I need to redo our
Heavy.
takeoff performance. All right, line up and wait. Landing light, takeoff light, wing lights off, seatbelt signs are on, beacon, strobe's on auto. I'll turn the strobe on. I got to redo our takeoff performance, right? Oh no, wait. Orca 5 Maizen. No, I don't need to. Why did it? I don't know why it said that we need that.
Delta Tree 23 Heavy, Los Angeles Tower, wind variable, fly heading 220, runway 24 left, cleared for takeoff.
Heading 220. All right.
Fly heading 220, runway 24 left, cleared for takeoff. Delta 323 Heavy.
Alaska 1332, contact SoCal departure, have a good flight.
Contact SoCal departure, Alaska 1332. Have a good morning.
All right, Flex 62S RS, runway auto thrust. Let's go. All right, does it say V1 on this plane? Hopefully it says V1 out loud. Might not hear it since we're not up there. V1? Yeah, I guess we hit V1. Rotate. Gear up. Why is it speaking so slowly? I don't know. Sometimes it does that.
Delta Tree 23 Heavy, contact SoCal departure.
SoCal?
Contact SoCal departure, Delta 323 Heavy. See you.
See ya. Oh, little
SoCal
stutters.
Departure, Delta 323 Heavy. Good morning, climbing via Orca 5, 1400.
Delta 323 Heavy, SoCal departure, radar contact, cleared direct clipper, resume the Orca 5.
Cleared direct clipper, resume the Orca 5, Delta 323 Heavy.
Clear direct Clipper Orca 5. Alright, Clipper direct to Insert. Woo. Taking off from the wing view is super fun. Alrighty, let's get the spoilers off. What do we got down here? Oh, discontinuity, that's from... We just had that. Oh, TCAS, right. TCAS. Get the nose light off. $5,000 feet. And we got clear direct clipper. Excellent. Well, since we got off the ground, FPS has gone up to about 40.
All aircraft be advised, information kilo now current. Altimeter 3020.
3020. Alright, set. Flew it yesterday? Oh, no problem, the 330. Yeah, I haven't done the 330 again. It's kind of insane how many of the default planes are made. Well, how many were made by any builds? The 320 and the 330? Wait, is that it? The 320 V2 had WASM crashes. I just had that like a week or two ago when I flew it. I haven't really flown the 330 though. The 350, the performance hasn't improved, but the last time I flew it, we flew it all night the end of last week. And I didn't have any crashes, so... I mean, they're making progress, so that's good. If they can make the same progress on the WASM crashes as they can with improving the performance, it'll be even better. 36 FPS right now, 35 FPS. Terrain level of detail 50, object level of detail 30 with auto FPS.
SoCal departure, southwest.
You flew the 320 V2 all day, smooth like butter? Yeah, I flew it, what, 2 flights? And one of the 2 flights had a WASM crash and I had to end the flight because it just breaks the entire plane.
Southwest 3792, SoCal departure, good morning, radar contact.
Which is what the 350's been doing and what they patched it 4 times already to try to fix the issue.
Southwest 3792.
Hopefully they can go back and fix the other planes, I guess. If they actually fix this one. What's up, Dorian? You're back. You have a question. Been doing Neofly missions, and for the last month, your landings have been around 200 feet per minute. Now you can't get under 400. Wait, in what plane? I mean, I'm not great at landing airliners. Like, I get like 1.5 Gs all the time. I had a decent couple 737 MAX flights, but in general, my landings are pretty crap. Oh, all GA aircraft. I mean, it's probably just your speed. Like in GA planes, generally you're bleeding off the speed. Like you're, if you're going too fast, you basically want to be like hearing the stall horn as your wheels are touching down. You know, like as you're pulling up, bleeding off all the speed and just holding the nose up, and it's getting slower and slower and lower and lower. It basically goes beep, then you touch the ground. Like if you can get to that point, then you're landing as slowly as possible. In terms of your indicated airspeed. Then after that, it's really just about what you're, you know, it's obviously going to vary with winds and stuff, but yeah, I mean, in general, you're just pulling the thrust to idle as you're getting towards the, like close to the threshold, and then just holding the nose up and letting it bleed all the speed off as it descends and touches down. Vision jet at 90 knots, full flaps. Feels like butter, game says different. Yeah, 90 knots seems pretty fast. I feel like usually with a Vision jet, I'm landing at like 75 or so. Something like that. it should show you a little green donut, a little green circle, which is, I think you're, in the Vision Jet, I forget exactly what that is. I thought it was VREF plus 10. It might be VREF plus 5. But you can pretty much aim at the green dot for your airspeed. There'll be a little green circle on the airspeed indicator you can aim for. And then that's like your approach speed. And then as you get to the threshold, you're going to want to be, you know, obviously low enough, but then just... He said resume the Orca. I don't want to stop at 15,000 with these mountains in front of us. I mean, they're not a risk, but we can see beyond them, but... I never know what the top altitude is. So at COP, it's 15,000 or above. Then when we get out here and turn right, Navy, there's no other... Navy, there's no restriction. The last restriction we have is here at COP, 15 or above. So we just met the 15 restriction as we're crossing COP, or COOP, or COP, whatever it is. But yeah, Dorian, I think the main thing is just is having the right approach speed, and the general rule of thumb, if you see your red stall speed when you're fully configured for landing, if that's accurate on the airspeed indicator, add 30%, like multiply that by 1.3, and that's usually your that's usually the VREF speed, which is like the speed you're at when you cross over the threshold. But yeah, in the Vision Jet, luckily, it also has a feature where if you put in the weights, I don't know, it's not super reliable because the weights in the plane aren't necessarily working. Like the EFB seems like it's kind of bugged as far as weight and balance goes. But you can put all the weights and the fuel weight, the passenger weights into the Vision Jet, and it'll take that into account with a bunch of other things to give you a calculated VREF speed. Oh, little nav map on the second monitor. See details not available in the cockpit. Cool. Yeah. Yeah, people love their little nav map, especially if you don't like get Navigraph or something like that. It's pretty insane. Little nav map is free. It's super powerful. I don't really use it that much. I think I used to use it a little bit for flight planning, but that's about it. Like making a PLN file kind of thing. But yeah, I mean, the people that use it seem to really, really love it. When you fly the DA-42, you're getting slammed on landings. I mean, are you doing it in... Well, if you're in the cows, you're not in career mode, I guess. Oh, the mountain height? Oh, no, I don't need to know the specific mountain height. I just, what I really need to know is something that the chart doesn't tell me and ATC hasn't told me, which is what my... And maybe this is just something I need to learn. There's a restriction that's 15,000 or above here at COP or COOP. There's no altitude restriction for me after that. I go over here to Navy and then to the east to Meissen. And they said to climb via the SID, but the SID says 15,000 or above. So I don't know if that means technically that I'm cleared up to my cruising altitude or what. They haven't said anything back to me. And yeah, I don't know. They just said climb via SID. That's it. So they haven't said anything to me since then. I would assume...
323 heavy. Contact Los Angeles Center 132.85.
They'll clear you for the cruise, but I don't know where to stop because my only restriction is an at or above restriction, which I've met. So it doesn't say at or below, and there's no top altitude shown. I think the Jeppesen charts have a little corner thing that says top altitude and tells you what the top altitude is for every approach or every SID. So it tells you, you know, how high to go. Whereas these, you just see the restrictions. There's no like top altitude called out.
Los Angeles Center, Delta 323 Heavy. Good morning, climbing via Orca 5, flight level 213.
So like, should I have really been sitting at 15 that whole time?
Climb, maintain flight level 270.
Climb, maintain flight level 270, Delta 323.
All right, yeah, they gave me 270 now.
Delta 323 Heavy, contact Los Angeles Center 132.3.
Contact Los Angeles
The
Center
heck?
132.3, Delta 323 Heavy.
Oh, she did it that time.
Both good luck. We're all counting on
Los
you.
Angeles Center, Delta
What's up, Toxic?
323 Heavy, climbing via Orca 5, flight level 222.
222.
Delta 323 Heavy, Los Angeles Center, copy.
290. Yeah, I don't know what to do if they don't tell you after your last restriction. Your last restriction's an at or above restriction. I should just Google it. Aviation, SID, climb via SID. How high do you set selected altitude? Yeah, how high can you climb? Yeah, it says set your altitude to the published top altitude of the SID, or the altitude specified in the ATC clearance, whichever comes first. So where is the top altitude on a LIDO chart? I think that's the thing I'm missing on these charts is where do we find the top altitude on a LIDO chart for a SID? We have transition altitude. We have, this is the last restriction is 15,000. Yeah, Navigraph altitude has a top altitude called out. I don't know how we get it on this. And actually, I think the FAA chart might also have a top altitude called out. So if I check here, LA, FAA departures, 24 left, Orca, Orca 5. Yeah, right here. Top altitude 230. So where the heck is that on a LIDO chart? I've never been able to find it on a LIDO chart. Yeah, it's on the Jeppesen and the FAA. So knowing it's 230, if I just scan and try to find 230, like I've done this before and I've never found the top altitude. Orca 5, Orca, Arcus, Orca, Maizen. This is like our Aroka and stuff. Where the heck is the top altitude? Initial climb. Changes. These are just notes, I guess. I mean, there's transition level 180 and transition altitude 180. I mean, neither one of those is 230, so where the heck is 230? It's not on the chart. Is it relying on ATC? I don't know. I guess. Wait, it says airspace details on the AFC. Do I have to look at the AFC to find it? Maybe it's in the AFC. Airport facility chart 1 and 2. Maybe the top altitude's in here.
Southwest 3792, Los Angeles Center. Good morning. Climb, maintain flight level.
So this is LA. We're going up this way. There's the Orca. No altitude show next to the Orca. I'm just gonna Google it. There's gotta be a way to find this. Here it is. Where's the top altitude showed? On the narrative section of the chart. The SID, the top altitude or maximum altitude is typically found in the narrative section of the chart, also visually represented on the graphic chart itself. Where? Climb via SID, go to the chart, go to the bottom, and in the text description pop, you'll see initial climb XXX. This is usually highlighted. Wait, I just saw initial climb. Right down here. It just says initial climb. But that's 3,000. This is definitely not the top altitude. I mean, I'm just like looking everywhere on the chart just to try to find 230 somewhere on the chart. Yeah, no text description. Initial climb, see inset. I mean, if we just find 230 somewhere, like we just look for the answer we already know, which is 230. We have all the like the MEFs, or those might be the Arokas. Airspace details on the AFC. Where the heck is 230? I don't get it.
Delta Tree 23 Heavy. Contact Los Angeles.
I mean, in parens it says ATC. Maybe it's supposed to be on this green arrow here, but it just says ATC because it's ATC assigned. But then why does the FAA chart not say that? Why does the Jeppesen chart not say that?
Los Angeles Center, Delta 323 Heavy. Good morning, climbing via Orca 5, flight level 270.
Yeah, there was no cleared altitude though. All they ever gave me was climb via SID. So maybe it was supposed to give me an accept maintain. But then again, if I wasn't using the LIDO chart, I would know it's 230. The LIDO chart's the only one that I don't know the answer using. I know the answer with FAA, know the answer with Jeppesen. Yeah, we're just staying at 27,000, aren't we? Yeah, I don't know how I don't. Where is 23,000 anywhere on this chart? Yeah. I don't know. I guess you're just not allowed to know the top altitude if you use LIDO charts. Another departure page? I don't know. Yeah, maybe it didn't pin. There's like a continued page. Orca 5 RNAV. LIDO. Orca 5 RNAV. Obstacle departures. I don't think so. Low visibility chart.
Contact Los Angeles Center 124.625. Southwest 675, take care.
Maybe it's in one of these. It shows all the top altitudes.
Descend via Rounders Tree arrival. McCarran landing runway 1 left. Altimeter tree 02 tree.
Descend via Rounders Tree arrival. McCarran landing runway 1 left. Altimeter 3023. Delta 323 Heavy.
Are we already at our descent? Yep, we are. Oh god, this bug. I'm just gonna pull this down and hit descend, and then we'll find the altitude. Descend via Rounders 3, which is this one, 190. And we're going to where? Oh, I have a discontinuity? Just because Meissen is duplicated. Oh, did I not add the Rounders? Oh, I didn't. Super good job tonight. ILS 26 right. We probably did Bourbon before. There we go. Eisen, Teddy. Thank you for that beautiful crab. Teddy, whatever, Totes, Grandma, Beauty, Envy, 11, Bourbon, 8,000.
Turn right heading 075. Intercept the 1 left localizer. Descend, maintain 8,000 feet. Altimeter tree 02
What?
tree. Vectors for the approach.
Dude, no. Not again.
Turn right, heading 075. Intercept the 1 left.
Intercept the localizer. We just started our descent, dude.
Altimeter 3023. Delta 323 Heavy.
Jeez. TA only. Oh, can we turn on TAR down here? Sys 1 and 2, transponder TCAS. I can't change the mode here, can I? Gain. Alright, destination data. Let's go ahead and do that. McCarran, weather. And over here under approach, put in the weather. Magnetic winds 210 at 4. Let's look at the magnetic variation. It is minus 11 from true to magnetic. So 210 minus 11 is 199 at 4. 199, enter. 4, enter. Outside air temperature 12. QNH 3023. Okay, we don't know what approach we're getting, but we chose the ILS Yankee 26 right. Minimums for that, Cat 1, 2340. New cruise altitude 300, huh? Alright, let's get the ATIS frequency. I'll just bring up the rounders over here, I guess. Star. Oh, Las Vegas, whoops. Rounders 3. Alright, ATIS 132.4.
Los Angeles Center, flight with 3792 for Columbia, Orca 5, flight level 350. Information Tango.
Information Tango.
Southwest 3792, Los Angeles Center, roger. 15472, with 195. Delta 323 Heavy, contact Los Angeles Center 124.625. Have a good one.
Center on 124.625, Delta 323 Heavy, see ya.
Okay.
Land runway 01 left, 26 left. Departing runway 01 right, 26 right.
01 left, 26 left are landing. 124625 up here. So they said they're landing 26 left, not 26 right.
Delta 323 Heavy, descending via Rounders Tree, flight level 195.
Delta 323 Heavy, Los Angeles Center, copy. SkyWest 3681, contact Los Angeles Center 124.2, have a good one. Center on
26 left, 115 via Bourbon. Rockstar. Didn't they expect... They said to expect Rounders 3 though, but it doesn't land on that runway. Descending via Rounders 3. Intercept the one left localizer is what they told us. Descend and maintain 8,000 to intercept the one left localizer. Right. So the Rounders 2, I guess. Alright, back on the Rounders. Let's get landing system on. Alright, so I need to go back and get the ILS runway 1 left approach. ILS loc 1 left. So new minimum 2460. Why does it always erase this? How does changing the approach change the weather at the airport? It was 195 at 4. $3023, and then minimums 2460.
Delta 323 Heavy, contact Las Vegas, approach 125.025.
Contact Las Vegas approach, Delta 323 Heavy. Las Vegas approach, Delta 323
What? She didn't change the
Heavy.
frequency.
Good morning. 17,400
Who's she talking to?
feet with information
125025. She didn't change the frequency.
Los Angeles Center, Delta 323 Heavy, contact approach for landing clearance.
I'll switch it on her. Bottom altitude on the approach, 5,300. 3.4 degree glide path angle. I don't know if I've landed on one left before. Won't this be interesting? 2.6 left? Yeah, they gave me one left. You know, what can you do? Except listen to ATC, and then when the approach is horrible and you have a crazy tailwind, then you blame ATC, not yourself. Is it the runway that's slanted a bajillion degrees? Oh, maybe. Yeah, I haven't even checked how my frames were this whole time. I'm at 49. I think normally in this plane, I feel like I'm a few frames lower than that usually. Yeah, I'm at 50. I feel like I'm usually at like 30. I feel like I might have like a plus 10 frames on this plane with the new processor. All right, 3023 for the altimeter. 3023, and down here 3023. All right, landing system's on. And do we have DME on this approach? We do. 1101. That's correct. And the final approach course. It says 014 here. But what does the sim have the runway at? 014 versus
2050, flight level 214 with information tango.
014. Okay, that's good.
Southwest 2050 Las Vegas approach. Altimeter 3023, expect the visual approach. Runway 1 left.
One of the runways is awful. Yeah, it's been a while.
Expect the visual approach runway.
Simbrief gave me 2.6, right?
2050.
But Beyond ATC gave me one left. It's fine. I don't really care. I'm gonna follow what Beyond ATC says, even if it's to my doom. Should really pull these cameras up in front of the wing. I don't know. I just hate the like constant pollution, heat blur thing or whatever it does behind the wing. Kind of on all the planes, kind of weird. SimFX will save us, I believe. All right, we're at 11,000. Oops. Saved. All right, ILS. Let's just hit approach. Oh, glide slope's way below us. Let's not hit approach. Yeah, I am way too high. What do we need to get down to? 5,300. Loke star and... yeah, 5,300. Oops. We can land there, right? We'll be fine. Speed brakes on, open descent. Can we get flaps 1 down? Yes. Descend faster, please. Dive, dive. Do it. I could do a 360, but I'm lazy and it's 12:30 past midnight, so. Got exceeded flaps penalty while stall landing today at the end of a skydiving mission. What? Yeah, there's a lot of weird stuff in career mode. I mean, it's just, you know. I still think career mode overall is good, though. I'd rather play it than not play it. If I had to pick between playing it at all or not playing it, I would still play it, even with all the bugs. Yeah, there's a lot of silly stuff. Like, there seems to be a new bug where it just doesn't even finish your mission when you land, so you gotta, like, mess with ATC and file a new flight plan, kinda, and mess with it. Alright, I'm just gonna do a 360, I guess. I'll just slow it down a bit. What's up, John? How you doing, man? Set the oil level to 0. The engine will fail. Oh wait, the built-in damage in free flight is disabled, but it's fully there. It works, but you can't trigger it outside of debug mode. If you set the oil to 0, the engine will fail. That's awesome. So they could make it so you could bring your career mode planes into free flight. Dude, I hope they do that someday. That would be so cool. You can just always feel like you're flying the plane that you actually have. I mean, they don't necessarily have to do that. Like, as long as they have enough planes... Sorry, as long as they have enough missions in career mode, it would be almost the same as doing free flight. You know, they just need to get to the point where, like, you know, the other career mode apps are, where they have virtually unlimited missions at every airport in the entire world. Once they get to that point and enable multiplayer, you pretty much get the same experience. So maybe that's their plan. Hopefully that's their plan. I mean, they're not going to delete missions, right? It's only ever going to be... They're only ever going to add more missions. I'm on PC, Toxic. Yesterday's flight, we continued our the Birds Bush tour. We did it for about 3 hours. We crossed from British Columbia into Washington State in the U.S. And, yeah, we did... What did we do? Four legs, I think? We're going to continue that on Saturday. Going from Alaska to South America. Apparently everybody has done this. We're like late to the party. Yeah, it's been really fun. Right, I'm just gonna wait till we're 2 dots above 2 dots above the glide slope here. Alright, we're holding our altitude. We'll spin it around. I'm just gonna hit approach mode now. Turn us around, intercept the glide slope again. Intercept the Loke. Hopefully that mountain's not a problem. The glide slope is going to be after that, so... Should be okay. Let's see how my performance is doing. 36 FPS, 100 terrain level of detail. Yeah, you can see the sphere, yeah. Yeah, it's animated and everything. It's pretty funny. I can bring the drone camera, or we'll probably see it on final. We're landing right next to it, so should be able to see it just fine. Dubai, Johannesburg. This is going to be my last one for tonight. I got on really late tonight. I usually get on around 5:30 to 6 o'clock California time, but tonight I didn't get on until 9 because I was installing my new processor and finishing up a VisionJet video.
Expect radar vectors for visual approach, runway 1 left.
Speaking of which, if you guys fly the VisionJet Sim Update 1, learn that auto throttle improvement is so awesome on final. You basically can you can basically treat the VisionJet like an airliner and leave auto throttle on. As soon as you take off, actually you turn it on before you take off. As soon as you take off and engage autopilot, you can leave auto throttle on from then all the way until you disconnect autopilot to land on short final. Because now they updated it to the real world logic that I read in the manual for the plane, which is as you extend your gear and your flaps, it automatically moves your target airspeed down. So it'll go from like 180 to 140 to 95. Like as you put your gear and your flaps down, automatically slows you down. It's awesome. And then you can just disconnect it when you're on short final and land it by hand. It's really cool. Does the dot on the glide slope indicate your vertical position relative to glide slope? Yes. Yeah, this is your vertical deviation indicator for a glide slope or any vertical guidance. In the case of a glide slope, it's a magenta diamond like this. So this is whether we're on the glide slope or not. And you can think of the glide slope like a zip line, basically. So you have the zip line or the tractor beams over our head. It'll be 1, 2 dots above. I don't know the specific degrees of variation that the dots represent in the A350, but I'm sure you could look it up. And the same goes for the localizer, which is our horizontal component right here that lines us up with the runway. So there's an antenna at the end of the runway called the localizer, and it uses 2 offset frequencies, like modulated, so our equipment knows whether we're lined up with it or not. And then the glide slope is similar, but in a vertical orientation, and it's a more vertical antenna installed near the runway as well, and it does kind of the same thing. So all we have to do is tune into the radio frequency for the localizer for the runway we're landing on, and we get, just with that one frequency, we get both the localizer and the glide slope information. Thought I had my gear down already. Way too late on the gear. Yeah, the VisionJet is so awesome. All right, I'm too fast, but you know. The Luxor beam, but no Luxor? Is that what's happening over there?
500.
So the Pappies don't necessarily relate to the glide slope. So in this case, the Pappies say we're high, because we should have 2 red and 2 white, but it does say we're right on the glide slope.
100 above 300.
I just want to tell you both good luck.
We have a little bit of a tailwind. It's only 4 knots.
Minimum.
Sync rate.
Yeah, we're going 1,100 feet per minute. We should be more like 700 or something like that.
Glide slope.
Glide slope's really high.
Glide
100.
slope.
50. 40. 30. Retard. 20. 10. 5.
I had the nose way too high. That was pretty laggy. The diamond's a glide slope. When it's in the middle, that means that we're on the glide slope where we should be. If we're below the glide slope, then the diamond will be up. It shows where the glide slope is. Think of the glide slope like a zip line. So it's telling us our altitude is here in the middle. This is where we currently are. So if you see the diamond up here, the zip line, the glide slope's above us. We need to stay at our altitude, and if we keep staying at our current altitude, we'll eventually catch up and grab onto the zip line and go down. If we see it below us, then we need to dive down and get to it. But generally, you're going to intercept it from below. You're not going to try to fall and catch the zip line. That would be hard. But if you were running and then the zip line appeared over your head, it'd be easy to grab onto it. Oh, I turned the landing light off instead of on. I'm so good at this. I'm not really paying too much attention because we're not tracking it or anything. How's the new plane? If you mean the A350, I do not think it's worth $77. I don't know that I'll ever think it's worth $77. Maybe like a year from now, if they patch it every week for an entire year, maybe. But they overpriced it, overhyped it. Though to their credit, they've been patching it a lot, but I don't think it's worth $77 even if they fix all the bugs. It's kind of insane. We have the Phoenix for $50. We have the fly-by-wire for free. We have the PMDG planes at a maximum for about $75 or so for the 777, which people really love, and it was pretty much good on launch. This plane kind of had a disastrous launch. And Any Builds is known for their WASM crashes, which this plane had, and they're still working on. They're known for their bad performance, so I don't know why they thought that this plane would be a $77 plane instead of like a normal $45, $50 plane. I don't know why. The only thing I can come up with is they knew that it was the only A350 that would be out, and people would pay that money for it. But it seems to have all the same problems their other planes do, so it's not really surprising, I guess. But again, to their credit, they have patched it 4 times already. I haven't had a WASM crash since the last patch. I've probably done like 5 flights since then, including this one. So yeah, they're working on it, which is, they deserve credit for working on it and patching it for sure. But I don't know that I'll ever feel like this plane is worth $77. I don't know. When the competition is cheaper and better, it's hard to justify that kind of price. Oh yeah, I see the angle you're talking about now, Sawyer. Yeah, holy crap, look at it. Jules about to land on it. Look at the downslope that it has. It's just so bumpy too. Look at it. Roller coaster. Look at it at the end and right here. Oh yeah, the whole fishbowl, dude. I remember this. What's Jewel in the 350? Yeah, he's in the 900. I mean, Jewel's been flying it a lot. I think he has had better experiences in it than me. So is that why the glide slope is so messed up? Is this runway just completely wrong or something? Oh, is he on the ground? He's on the ground. I don't know. Maybe he has scenery. Speed, what's happening? Oh my god. Yeah, I don't know if Jewel might have the add-on scenery enabled. I'm not sure if I do or not. Here comes Jolly in the Neo.
Southwest 2007, 11,600. We have Tango on board.
I think the multiplayer servers are having issues, maybe. I wasn't seeing you guys earlier, and now it's like super glitching out.
Altimeter 3023, expect the visual approach, runway 1 left.
Altimeter 3023, expect
yeah, why is this so uphill? This is crazy.
Southwest 2007.
Alright, we'll go take a look at the sphere, of course. I don't know why we can't... Is it just... Oh, it's facing the other direction. Whoa. The heck? I do not have photogrammetry on either, so Vegas might look better with that. But I have the fly Tampa scenery. I'm not sure if it's enabled or not. I mean, it's not enabled. I don't know if it's available for 24 yet. What the heck? There's 2 of them. Maybe there's a conflict with scenery or something. It's doubled up. Best taxiway next to it slanted. The plane almost tips on the side. Oh yeah, this one over here. Yeah, I see it in the distance. This one right here. It's got like a NASCAR style turn on it or something. Good stuff. I don't even know where to park. I took the wrong exit. The runway's not slanted. You never got an ILS signal. Yeah, something is messed up at Vegas, I guess. Something. I mean, LAX in this plane is such a huge test, so I wasn't surprised I was between like 15 and 30 FPS on the ground. Here I'm at 33 FPS. I have to do some more testing. I have to do, I have to test the X3D turbo mode with this processor, see if it improves my frames, and do a repeatable test with the same plane, the same location, the same settings, and just see what I can get out of it. I also just set the PBO or whatever, the performance preset to the same one I used on my last processor, the 7800 X3D, and I might be able to push it even more on this one, like up to the 90 or something, or level 5, or who knows.
Southwest 2007, leave Boulder City heading 250, expect radar vectors for visual approach runway 1 left.
Leave Boulder City heading 250.
Currently in a ditch, plane died as soon as you disengaged autopilot? Wait, what are you flying? It died when you disengaged autopilot? What do you mean it died? The whole plane shut down? Oh, I see you over there. What happened? What GPU? I recently switched my GPU from a 4080 Founders Edition to the 7900 XTX. Specifically for Flight Sim, because the VRAM bug that exists with Flight Sim affects the NVIDIA cards. I don't think anybody said that they were having problems with AMD cards, even with lower amounts of VRAM. Screen went blank, no hydraulics. In the A330. Is that a WASM crash? Can you move the throttle or anything? Does it animate the throttle when you move it? Because that's what happened when I WASM crashed in this plane. And when I WASM crashed in the 320 by any builds. I'm sure this gate's big enough, right? Sure. That'll be fine. Oh yeah, we did a bit of a stress test. I mean, I do feel like the little benchmark I did seems accurate. I do feel like I have a slight performance increase. Like, I think 10 to 20% is probably a realistic guess at what I'm getting. I mean, it was a 25% single core performance increase and 135% multi-core performance increase. I'm also streaming with my PC instead of my laptop as a streaming machine tonight. Which should be fine though, because it's the CPU is definitely got the overhead to do that, and then the GPU is, we're not GPU bound, so GPU limited in the sim, so it shouldn't be messing with my performance. Maybe I'll just turn on dev mode again just to watch the chart here. I mean, it's at like 30 FPS right now, 27. And this is with 100 train level of detail. So if I go down to 50, which is like the recommendation for auto FPS, maybe I'll squeeze out 30. And I am still in Ultra. The only thing I don't have on Ultra are the aircraft, the multiplayer planes, but It looks like I have... Actually, I don't know. Is this a generic or not? I don't think this is a generic. Maybe I have to restart for it. Yeah, this has got a full cabin and everything, so... Yeah, I mean, I can see all the switches in the plane. This is not a generic model match. And I'm guessing Jolly's isn't either. He's in the 320. Oh no, this one is. Alright, so that one's loading in generic. That's nice. Yeah, still generally limited by the main thread. I mean, a little bit by the GPU. So if I went down, like if I just go in here and load in the high-end settings instead, let's see if that helps. I mean, it's pretty much always CPU bound, so this shouldn't really make a big difference, if any. The frames actually like went down. Right? Yeah, how did I just went down to 22 frames? Maybe it's reloading a bunch of stuff. Give it a minute and see. Alright, Bird, have a good one, dude. The throttle is moving? Okay. Yeah, when I had the WASM bugs with the AnyBuilds planes, nothing worked, including the throttle. I couldn't move like anything. Yeah, I feel like I'm getting better frames in Ultra, right? I was at like 30 and now I'm... Unless it's like loading a bunch of crap. It's probably just loading. Yeah, now it's even worse, right? As it's reloading stuff. It is getting wrecked right now. Download speed 2 megabits per second. I mean, it's hardly downloading anything. I think I have my bandwidth limited to 100 still. I do. Yeah, still chilling at 21, 22. Overall, a good upgrade. Yeah, I mean, like, there's no doubt that the processor is better than my old one. I was on a 7800 X3D up to the 9950 X3D. I only did one benchmark tonight before I started the stream, and it showed a pretty massive improvement, especially multi-core. But yeah, single-core improvement should be like 25%, it said. And I still haven't gone through and tweaked everything, and yeah, I'll do some benchmarking tomorrow if I can. But I mean, it's an upgrade for sure. You know, no matter what, flying these big planes, especially the AnyBuilds planes into bigger airports with multiplayer on, it's going to not feel the best. So I think I'll end up going back to high-end preset and then turning a bunch of things to ultra, kind of like I used to do. Back in 2020. Clouds, I could get away with high, but the problem is auto FPS forces them to ultra. And then these other things, like I always turn motion blur off. And this should be on high. Yeah, I don't need it to have the best, I don't need it to like look better. I just want the consistency of higher frames. Motion blur. It was on for a second just because I restored the preset a minute ago. But I always turn the motion blur off after I tweak the settings a bit. But yeah, I mean, it seems it's definitely an improvement. I mean, we'll see how it goes the next few streams. But yeah, I mean, I was due for an upgrade. 7800 X3Ds, what, a few years. It's like 2 gens behind now, or 2 chips behind, since the 9800s and 9900s are out now. But yeah. So here's what happens if I go to Beyond ATC. We're at 25, 26 frames. I'll turn off Beyond ATC. Okay, Beyond ATC just turned off. I only had it down to 1. Yeah, would we gain like 1 FPS? I have Beyond ATC on like the minimal setting, so. And then here I'll turn off Volanta. That's supposed to steal a frame or something. Yeah, 28. But look, it is going back and forth between CPU and GPU now, so. And I got it capped at 60 FPS, and I'm not using any anti-aliasing. Just TAA anti-aliasing, not no AI stuff. All right, guys, that'll do it for me. It's a late one. It's almost 1 in the morning. Do I have cloud LOD on? No. The only option with auto FPS is decrease cloud quality. I wish I could tell it to use high. Like, I'd be okay with high clouds, but the problem is auto FPS always puts them up to ultra. And if you tick the box, it'll turn it down 1 level, it says. So it looks like it will only ever do ultra down to high. I wish I could just tell it to stop doing that and just... If I change my clouds to high, auto FPS forces it to ultra. Change it to auto TLOD. Okay. Does that let me change the... What does that do? Yeah, I have expert settings open, yeah. Will that leave the clouds on high? Oh, that one won't change the clouds, but now I don't know how else it reacts though. Okay, I mean, I'll give that a try when I fly again. I'll give it a shot. Yeah, I think high clouds, like... In general, the high settings are not too drastically different than ultra. I feel like, if anything, shadows, lighting, ray tracing, that stuff's probably more important now. It'll adjust your TLOD based on your GPU usage. Oh, do I have to have GPU Z running? Because I don't think I can run that with Adrenaline running on the AMD card. It doesn't detect anything. I think I need to uninstall Adrenaline. And then I'm worried I won't get the auto... Then I won't get the auto performance tweaks for Adrenaline. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll give that a shot. I'll play around with it. But good to know. Yeah, I'll give that a try. I'll see if I can get it working. Thanks for the suggestion, Dorian. All right, y'all. I'm gonna pass out. I'll be on tomorrow probably right after work, so around 5:30 California time, 6 o'clock at the latest probably. And yeah, I'm gonna run some more benchmarking tonight and see what I can squeeze out of this thing. But yeah, I mean overall, it's kind of a no-brainer upgrade. All right, guys. GG's. If anybody's here from Fliggity's crew still hanging out, thanks for hanging out. Fliggity, thanks again for the massive raid. Appreciate it, man. Sawyer, Dan, and Rookie, thanks for the bits as well. J-Rang for the gifted sub and the tier, the 2 months. And then Dan also for 3 months, dude. Much appreciated, guys. And YouTubers, thank you as well. Thanks for hanging out tonight. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Have a good rest of your night. I'm going to pass the heck out. Good night, Slevin, Navi. Good night, Dorian, Jewel. Thanks for flying along. Jewel and Slevin. And where's Jay at? Oh, Rocka's here too, and Jally. Thanks for flying along, guys. Good to see y'all. Jally's right here on the ground. Sorry. Sorry, how rude of me. Gotta do this before we go.
Time for propane and champagne.
Champagne. Exactly. All right, guys. Have a good night. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye-bye.